Integrity Doctors, welcome to the 2025 fall stream. That's right, it's here. We're doing this thing, man. This is awesome. I couldn't be more pumped. Today is October 25th. It is a Saturday morning. It's beautiful. I guess I'm inside, and we're ready to go. We're ready to do this thing. I am super pumped for today, man. Super pumped today. We've got Keith is here. Dr. Doug is here. Pamela Johnson's back with a class. We've got myself. I'm going to do 2 classes, actually, and I'll explain that a little more about that later. But overall, man, this is going to be one incredible day. You are definitely in the right place at the right time. That's exactly right. Nice work. Nice work. So before we get into it, before we jump into this, if you've been around, if you've done one of these streams before, there is one kind of selfish thing I like to do here in the beginning because I want to feel like I'm there with you. See, the one thing that could make this day better is if I was there, if I was in the room with you. And hopefully you're clothed. But you know, the reality is we're streaming this, but I want to feel closer to you, so I want a selfie with you. So gather up your team, gather up in front of the screen, just real fast, real quick. You can even just, turn around and take a selfie real quick. Whoever's got a good camera, get ready. We're going to take a photo. Here's what I'm doing. I'm going to pose. I'm going to pose for just a few seconds. And I'm just going to hold the pose, and I'm just going to throw up one pose this time. I'm going to throw up 2 thumbs up. And we're going to do that. And you're going to take a picture with me. And then we're going to go from there. Okay? So hopefully you're ready. Come together. You look great. Don't worry about it. You look great. You do, I promise. So let's do this. We're gathered up. I'm going to count down in 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to go. Okay? So 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, don't mind me. I'll wait. Yeah, Your hair looks great. Oh yeah, Hold the phone a little higher. Yeah, there you go. And high, hurry, tail on. Woo! Hopefully you got it. Hopefully you got it. If you didn't, you can take a picture with me anytime and I'll be happy with it. Once you do have that photo, please go on the Integrity app, post it so we can do this together and show everybody that's here today. That's a great thing. You can also post it to Instagram, Facebook. Tag us at Integrity Doctors. That's INTEGRITYDOCTORS. And tag myself at Ryan K Maule, RYANKMAULE. I love getting tagged in them. I love seeing them. It's a great fun thing just to feel like I'm a part of it and just a little bit closer to you, because that's the only thing that would make this better is if I was there. But let's be honest, if I was, we wouldn't be doing this. So let's make the best of today. Let's get the most out of it. God is good, and this day is going to be great. Okay, so let's get this thing going. You ready? I'm ready. Let's just buckle up. Let's jump in and let's do this thing. Please welcome the main event. Let's just start there. The main event, the man, the legend, and he's not a myth. He is the CEO of the largest chiropractic consulting company in the world. Please welcome Mr. Keith Maule.
Well, good morning, everybody. Oh, it's Saturday morning, and we love getting together on Saturday morning, and I know how thrilled you are to be here, and I am thrilled because I know what's coming. I know you're going to love it. This is going to be great. You're going to love it. But, there's probably some of you that are sitting there thinking, well, I'll tell you what, for me to be here on Saturday morning, this better be good. Well, it is. I've got a seed to plant in your mind and in your heart that I'm telling you is going to make a real difference, because every day, this seed that we're planting this morning is going to grow a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger, and you're going to be stronger and stronger and then strongest in the world. by just allowing this seed to grow. And the seed that I want to plant is this one. I choose to rise above it all. That's what it is. I choose to rise above it all. Now, clear your throats. I want you to say it with me. Say it after I do and say it the way I say it. I choose to rise above it all. Okay. I choose to rise above it all. I choose to rise above it all. Okay. Have you been saying it? Now let me tell you something why that's really big. The 98% don't choose to rise above it all. They choose to live under the pressure of it all. They spend every day under the stress of it all. You know what they do? They live under the pressure and the stress to get squashed by it all. And they spend their life trying to survive it all. But not us. Not you. No. We choose to rise and thrive. We choose to rise above it all. Now let me ask you a question. Make sure that we get this. How much do we rise above? All. And what's the definition of all? All. That means, as an example, we rise above all fears. We rise above. Now, all of us have fears. I mean, we get that, but we choose to rise above all fears. And when I say all fears, I'm talking about real fears. I mean, some of us have some real, honest to goodness, justified fears. And we're going to rise above all of them. That's not an excuse to not be able to rise above them. We're going to rise above all real fears. And then all of us also have real imagined ones. I'm afraid that this is going to happen. I'm afraid that they're going to do this. I'm afraid that this is going to fall. I'm afraid that, oh no, we're going to get... Hypotheticals. A lot of us live under a mountain of hypotheticals. Hypothetical fears. And you know something? The truth is, it doesn't matter whether it's a real fear or a hypothetical fear. It still crushes us when we live underneath them. It still squashes us. It doesn't matter if it happens or it doesn't happen. We still then spent all that time living under those fears. But not starting today. Today, we rise above all fears. Oh, let's take another one. We got here. We rise above all. We choose today to rise above all people drainers. The people drainers. You know, where you just need some Drano. People drainers in our life. You know who they are. You know, when you see them coming, you groan on the inside, but nobody hears you. But you're just like, oh, rats. I hope they don't stop. They stopped. Oh, no. What drama have they got going on now? Oh, no, we're about to hear it. Oh, brother, what exaggeration are we going to hear? And you know what? By the time they leave, you're absolutely worn out or feeling pretty hopeless. I mean, people drainers can just absolutely drain you, can't they? I mean, they can destroy you. And you know, if there's one thing I'm going to say, I get tired of being pulled down by people drainers. In fact, I'm not going to let it happen anymore. I am tired of being pulled down by... everybody has them, but most of us choose to get dragged down by them. Now, this includes sometimes there's family members sometimes that are people drainers. Sometimes it's friends. Sometimes it could be people that you work with, but not in your case. Or people on the news. They're drainers, I'll tell you that. Those news people are drainers. Sometimes it's people in the government. The government can be a drainer. Well, you name it. You have yours. But today, not today. Today we choose to rise above all people drainers. Here's another one. Today we choose to rise above all shortages. Shortages. No more shortages. We declare no more shortages in our life. So, no more staff shortages. No. No more doctor shortages. Not gonna happen. No more money shortages. Everybody say aye. No more money shortages. We declare no more shortages. I'm getting out of the contest to see who has the most shortages. You know, have you ever been in conversations where someone says, well, I'll tell you, you know, we're having a problem with, we just can't seem to get enough blah, blah, blahs. And you know, as soon as that person says that they have this shortage, there's somebody else will pop up. Oh, well, you think that's bad? You think that's a bad shortage? No. I'll tell you, we don't have blah, blah, blah. And it's been this long since we've even had this, but it's never been like this before. Oh, well, the next one says, well, I only wish that was my only problem because the taser, I have both of those, plus I've got this. And we get this huge contest of shortages going on in our conversations. And you know what? The 98% focus on their shortages and they surrender to them like they are unconquerable facts. Sometimes I even get the feeling that they enjoy broadcasting them. Have you ever had that feeling? You know, at the Dallas live conference that we just had, we all agreed at that conference to agree with Romans 8:37. And Romans 8:37 says, I am a conqueror. In fact, I am more than a conqueror. I am a healer. And I can change the health of my world. And I can conquer, because I'm a conqueror, I can conquer all challenges that try to get in the way of my God-given purpose. So I no longer live under the pressures and stresses and challenges of my business. No way. Not anymore. I'm rising above them all. They are no longer going to hover over me like a drone. I'm rising above all shortages. All in favor, say aye. So, that's the seed. Today we have decided to rise above it all. Is that right? Is that right? Is that what you've done? You've decided it? You've made that decision. All challenges, we rise above them all. All obstacles, and there will be some, but no. I'm rising above them all. We tell all mountains to move. Get out of the way. In other words, here's a good one for all of us. Today we rise above all excuses. I don't guess you have any excuses, but there might be some in the room who have some excuses, but not now. Today, we rise above all excuses because we realize that the 98% just don't rise. They surrender to excuses. They are chickens. They cackle and they scratch the ground and they just run cackling. But the 2%, they are eagles. The 2% are eagles, and we are built to soar. Integrity Doctors teams choose to soar with wings like eagles. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31 says this, "They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles, run and not grow weary." That's hard to do. Walk and not faint. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles, run and not grow weary, walk and not faint. Now you might be asking, even after I say that a couple times, but wait. What does it mean to wait upon the Lord? Okay. Well, you know, at a restaurant, we have a waiter. And a waiter serves us what we ordered. So if we choose to wait upon the Lord, we are his waiter. When we choose to wait upon the Lord, in other words, we choose to serve what the Lord has ordered for us to bring to him, for us to do. In other words, that's our God-given purpose. And we are serving that God-given purpose. And serving our purpose renews our strength. Because where there is a great purpose, there is strength for the life and strength for the path. So that's why Isaiah says, "They that wait upon the Lord," or in other words, serves God's purpose, "shall renew their strength." Now, let me just assure you, everybody, it isn't just you. Everybody has stuff that wears them out, that makes them tired. As we always, it's called work for a reason. Yes, there's still stuff that can make you tired, but we also realize everybody has circumstances. Well, if I didn't have this and if I didn't have that, then I wouldn't be tired. Oh, yes, you would. Everybody has circumstances that gives them every reason to quit or to stop. Everybody has circumstances that makes them want to just stay at home. Hang this. This is 100% of us. We all have reasons to be burned out. I'm just amazed at all the people this one. I'm just burned out. I'm just so tired. We all have reasons to be burned out if we're actually doing something, like working and doing something of value. But you guys, there are two types of people. There are the 98% that live under the pressures of their problems, and they live in their own strength, and they do things their own way. They work alone. They are chickens. They don't soar. They can't soar. They just settle and they scratch around on the ground and lay eggs. That's what they do. Their life is full of laying eggs. They choose to live burned out, to stay where they are on the ground, victims of their circumstances. But then there's the 2%. And that's what we choose today to live in. There's the 2%. What do? Shoot, they do the work, but they renew their strength. They renew their strength and they mount up with wings like eagles, so that they can run and not grow weary, walk and not faint. They choose to soar. So they do. They run and not grow weary. They walk and not faint, because they choose to renew to soar like eagles soar and rise above it all. Now those you guys, and this is an incredible fact, a lot of people don't realize it. Those who do not have and serve an inspiring, awesome, bigger than they are purpose, they are the ones who live their life tired and lifeless. Let me tell you, they're tired all the time. They wake up tired. They go to sleep tired. I can see them at 8 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, how you doing? Buddy, I'm tired. I'm tired. They wake up tired. They have got a meaningless life, a non-purpose, a purpose that isn't greater and bigger than they are. And here's the fact that I want to give you that's hard for people to understand and realize. A meaningless life is more exhausting to face than one who has this great purpose that has been ordered by God. So that's why we'll start out with this decision. Let's renew our world-changing, God-given purpose. Ready? Clear your throats. Say this after me, like I say it. I am born to heal. I can change the health of my world. And I will do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes. Because I believe I was born for this. Good, good, good. Now, to illustrate the importance of having a world-changing purpose like we have, let's look at somebody else. I want you to see somebody else who has the same kind of purpose that we do, a world-changing purpose. I want to introduce you to a guy named Garrett Langley. Now, Garrett Langley has taken on an amazing, inspiring, God-given dream. And it's certainly what the 98% would call an impossible dream. Not us, but they would. I'm sure you've never heard of him before. That's all right, but you will. As we just stated out loud, we have, our I can dream is to change the health of our world by getting the 80% under the powerful health care of chiropractic. That's our I can. Now let me introduce you to Garrett Langley's I can dream. It is just as awesome and inspiring. Are you ready? Here is what he has to say. He says, I can eliminate all crime in America. Wow. Can you believe that? He says, I can eliminate all crime in America. Whoa. I love it. It is as beautiful and inspiring as our I Can dream is. It's just a different field is all. And it's very seldom that we get to see someone else who's doing and living the same type of service and mission as we have. The 98% will laugh at this, believe me, scoff at it. No way. They'll call it impossible, unrealistic. They love that word, unrealistic. Even ridiculous. But here's what he has to say. He is convinced that America can and should be a place where everyone feels safe. And we will. Once we are draped in a vast net of his U.S.-made surveillance technology. His company is called Flock. Kind of weird name, whatever. He says this, I've talked to plenty of activists who think that crime is just the cost of a modern society. But I disagree. I love this guy. I think we can have a crime-free city and still have our civil liberties. We can have it all. Now that's my kind of language, you guys. We can have it all. Here's another dreamer who's like us, with a purpose to serve that will continue on a daily basis to renew his strength. And he will soar with wings like eagles. Langley estimates that his company already solves over 1 million crimes a year with its cameras. And he predicts in less than 10 years that Flock's cameras, airborne and fixed, will eradicate almost all crime in the United States. 10 years. Now get this, you guys. It's not yet profitable. And he has no imminent plans to be profitable. You say, wait, that's no good, that's no good. Wait, what? Langley's company prioritizes growth instead. You know what, this, I don't know, like what? Profit is secondary to accomplishing purpose. But that's because, look, he understands this that I've tried to tell you, but it's hard to digest. He understands, like we do, that if you serve your purpose, the money will take care of itself. I'm telling you, your purpose will always take care of you more than you ever dreamed or imagined if you just serve your purpose. You don't have to cheat. You don't have to rape people of their money and stuff. No. Langley says turning Flock into a $100 billion business is very much within his reach. Now he says that and he's not profitable yet and has no goal of being profitable. But he says $100 billion is very much within reach. You see, he gets it. Profits come as a byproduct of a business that serves a purpose. But he also goes on to say that that's not the only byproduct. His company thinks that it can not only solve all crime in America, but it can solve traffic problems management. Wouldn't that be good? How many of you ever get in traffic problems? How many of you ever get in traffic jams? How many of you ever get held up in your lane somewhere because of traffic? He can solve traffic problems management and expedite, how much are you going to like this? Road repairs. This guy is awesome. Expedite road repairs. Langley says this: we've got all these Flock cameras deployed from a criminal perspective, but why would we not then walk down to the Public Works Department and say, stop sending out people to look for potholes? I already have all that data. I can show you where all the potholes are. You don't have to send anybody out. Let's build a better city together. Would you like to hug this guy or what? Is he something? Now, does that sound amazing? Does it sound maybe too good to be true? Is it all a dream street path with no obstacles and no problems that are going to get in the way? You think this is a dream that has no challenges, so maybe he'll do it? Oh no, you know it has challenges. You know it has problems. You know it has mountains to face. Of course it isn't problemless. In fact, I won't go over some of the problems and obstacles that he has already faced, but I'll let him sum it up in his own words. Now, Langley, who is an obvious eagle, said this: the consequences of building something that actually changes people's lives is that there will be a lot of people that we piss off along the way, because what we are doing actually matters. So, what a great perspective. What a true perspective. And there is no such thing as having a magnificent, world-changing purpose that will change people's lives without an equal amount of challenges and opposition. And so what is his response, and ours, by the way? We rise above them all. I was hoping you'd remember that one. I mean, that is the seed. We rise above them all because we are more than conquerors. So now, let this be an inspiration to all of us, because we are committed to the same type of mission. I'm proud to be a company of integrity doctors that is a replica of this type of mission and purpose. We are out to change the health of our world, which is just as big of a mountain to climb as eliminating all crime. And the good news is we can change the health of our world. And we too will do whatever it takes. This is our purpose, our mission, and our possible dream. And I am sure that we will both, Garrett and us, see these possible dreams become a reality. Now let's back to us. What must we do to get the 80% of our country under chiropractic wellness care? Okay, so we know we have a purpose. That's number one of our success principles. And we have a plan. That's number two. That we serve that purpose. And next we must, number three is, love our purpose and plan. Love it. Do you love it, everybody? To get 80% of the country under chiropractic wellness care, we need to love a plan that will get us a lot, as we say on Dumb and Dumber, a lot of new patients. Rats, there's 80% of 300 million people is 240 million people. 240 million people getting chiropractic wellness care? That's a lot. And there's only one way we can get that many, is we need to love whatever it takes to do to join all integrity doctors in getting 240 million new chiropractic wellness patients. I think it's pretty obvious, you guys. We got to step it up. Step it up. We got to love it. The first step to getting lots of new patients is getting even a lot more new leads. Wait, what? What does that mean, new leads? Well, look, you guys. When they come in your office, you call them new patients. But there's one thing that you really need to understand. They really aren't new patients. We just call them that. They are not sold when they walk in the office. They are looking. They are not a patient yet. We should call them new leads because that's what they are. They are just looking. It is your job on the first and second day to convert them from being leads into a true new patient. So let's get this straight. The screening does not sell them. It does get them in the door, but a screening doesn't sell them. The purpose of the screening is to show them that they need to come in and see for themselves if chiropractic is the right thing to do for the sake of their health. They don't know it yet, and if they told them out there it wouldn't work, but they just need to get them in. Now you have a practice representative there on site to make it easy for these prospects to come in and find out if chiropractic will do the trick, and see a doctor and learn more about this natural drug-free solution without having to pay this large sum of money to find out. So that means this, the special first day deal that you offer them, that doesn't sell them either. All that does is remove the barrier of too much money just to check it out. I don't want to pay this much money just to find out if this is any good or not. They want to come in, and if they get a special deal, then it's worth it to come in and see if chiropractic is truly the best solution for their wellness. Now, I understand, you guys, that you know that it is. Well, that doesn't matter. The problem is they don't know. So you need to let them come in so they can find out in an affordable way. Social media marketing doesn't sell them either. You say, well, if I do social marketing, then no, it isn't going to sell them that. It will get them in, though. All it does is get them into the store. Now, the store is your office. All that does is get them into the store so that they can look. They're just looking. In other words, they're not bad new patients. Now, we've had said that in the past, that when they come in and then we say, well, they just weren't good new patients. Well, they weren't bad new patients because they weren't really patients at all when they came in. They are leads. And these leads will pay. I know they got in for a deal, but they will pay once they are sold. The selling is our job in the office. That's where the selling happens. So another good question is, how do you sell them? They are sold once you take them through the entire first and second day integrity system. That's why it's so critical, and that's why we harp on it so much. Once they go through the entire first and second day integrity system with all of its powerful and always effective patient education, those reports and videos, classes that are masterpieces, that when the leads have seen and heard these reports and these videos, then they will be 100% convinced and ready to be your chiropractic new patient. And voila, we won. And follow through with your recommendation of care will happen. And pay for it, they will. But you got to sell them with these things, these tools that are placed in your lap. The problem has been we've been wanting marketing things to do what they don't do. It's you that needs to make them new patients and then bring them into your office, place them in your lap. That's what you wanted the marketing things to do. You wanted them to just bring them into your office and place them in your lap already sold. So your job is merely just to treat them because they already love you and they're already sold on you and you're just so great. And it's great to walk into a room for the first time with somebody who already loves you, except it isn't going to happen. But you wanted it to. So no wonder they did not come back. You didn't even try to get them to love you. You just thought that they did. Now here's the problem. They don't know chiropractic. They don't know how to say it. They don't know how to spell it. And they don't know how it works. But they accepted the opportunity to learn about both. But you didn't want to sell them. That wasn't a good plan. Have you ever gone shopping, walked into a store and somebody said, "May I help you?" And what do you say? Just looking. That's exactly what these new leads are doing when they walk into your first and second day. They are just looking. And it's your job to make them good new patients, what we place into your lap with your software and your integrity system. You cannot find a new patient activity that will sell the public on chiropractic or you without even coming in. And the reason is because there isn't one. So I've tried to make our theme in 2025, a theme I've tried to have is, it isn't just one thing. It isn't just one thing. We cannot get the 80% by finding or choosing just one thing. Okay, what's the one thing, Keith, what's the one thing we should do this year to get new patients? Well, brother, what a not good question. That's like trying to find a squirt gun that will put out the raging California fires. Have you got a squirt gun that can maybe? No, it takes a lot of squirt guns. It takes a lot of fire hoses. It takes a lot of firemen. It's going to take more than just one thing. So don't ask which new patient activity should we do. The answer is we should do all of them a lot. This is why everyone in the office must have the integrity education system mastered. So that when they come in, your job on that first and second day is to sell them. They do not know chiropractic and they do not know you. Now you may ask, well, what if they've been to a chiropractor before? What do you say about them? Then do we skip that? No. The truth is, even if they've been to a chiropractor before, sometimes that's even more of a minus. That's just the honest truth. Because their exposure may have been to all kinds of weirdos and things, all kinds of tangents and high volume dollar stuff and medical stuff that turned them off. And in some cases, the adjustment was just a small sideshow. So you must treat them as a blank canvas. And you are needing to paint the beautiful picture of a true chiropractic and natural wellness that is affordable and is safe so that they will want to buy. And I assure you, when you do this and this system, they will love it. So when I say blank canvas, I mean this. Start from the premise that they don't know a true chiropractic clinic at all. Because if you start from the premise that, well, they do know this already, I don't need to do this. No. Because the truth is, they probably don't. When a new patient walks into your office, what do? You stand up, smile, and treat them as your long-lost brother or sister. You're thrilled to see them, and you help them because you are thrilled to see them. Unlike the 98% when you go to offices, they have their head dug into some computer, and they just glance up at you long enough to direct you to sign in on some sort of electronic sign-in deal. Look, instead, here's what I want you to stand up, smile, treat them like they're your long-lost brother or sister, and you might even find out if they need some help filling it out. This new thing that they need to fill out, this new thing that they need to sign into, this new thing that they need to take, offer to help them. You help them fill out their questionnaire if they need it. Here's incredible idea number 2. That's the first incredible idea. The second one is, you need to actually, after you make them fill out this stuff, read it. You need to actually read it after they go to the time and trouble to fill it out. Well, if it's important enough for them to do it, it's important enough for you to read it. Know what the new lead has already told you before you go in the room with them. All in favor, say aye. Then when you're talking to them, staff and doctor, you can give them the right place promise because you do care about them and you know about them. You know, I'm so glad you came in today. I want you to know that after seeing what you've told us here and filled out for us and seeing what you're experiencing, if I were you, this is exactly where I would want to be. Yep. And I'll tell you why. We've seen literally hundreds of cases just like yours, and the results are fantastic. And that is the most rewarding thing about, for me, working here. It's the results that we get to see. It's just absolutely great. And you are going to love this doctor. She'll be thorough and honest with you, and if we can fix this for you, the doctor will tell you. If somewhere else would be better for you to go, the doctor will tell you that too. But I assure you, we'll get you taken care of. The good news is you are in the right place at the right time. Now let me tell you something, you guys. You eliminate fear with the right place promise. By the way, I might say, what are some of those fears? Well, their first fear is that they're doing something wrong by coming there. They're worried if they've come to the right place. Am I going to be cheated? Am I going to be ripped off? Am I going to be told something that isn't true? Are they just after my money? That's a fear. It doesn't matter whether you like that fear or not. It's a fear. Another fear they have, is this gonna hurt? I've heard some stories of people getting hurt. Is this going to hurt? I know the truth, but they've heard stories. It's still their fear. Another fear is, I wonder what is causing this pain. Is it just going to go away? I wonder if I'm doing all this and I'm going all this trouble and expense and it's just going to go away on its own. Should I just wait? That's what they're wondering. There's the fear of being taken advantage of. Fear of a doctor scaring them or pressuring them into paying an arm and a leg to a doctor who's just working on selling a system to get rich and do as little work as possible. And then, what if it doesn't work? I did all this, I paid all this, and still have the problem, and I still have the debt, or I lost the money. Now you guys, I know that this isn't true with you, but I also know that these are some of the fears. So what should you do? Don't be afraid of touting the tremendous success of the adjustment. Getting patients well naturally, the way that you can, without drugs or gimmicks, it is safe and affordable. Believe me, if any medical doctor had the record of success that you have in your office, they would tout it in a heartbeat. They need to hear you say, you have done the right thing by coming in here today, because they have. So you need to show all the patient education videos and give them all of the reports. Why? Because they don't know chiropractic. And if you don't educate them, who is going to do it? They won't get it from the movies or on television. It's all up to you. Why? So they will follow through and become wellness patients, and that's what we want. Otherwise, they will make their own uneducated decision. Help them out, you guys. You want 80% of your patients becoming wellness patients? Then remember this. Why wouldn't you do this? I don't know. It doesn't cost you a penny to show the videos and give the reports. It's all in your AI Clinic Assist. You have it there. And be sure that you show them the Living Well for Life class that's in your AI Clinic Assist software. It takes no work from the doctor or staff. Well, okay, if you push play or something, but that's it. And look, you also want to do it because when you do the system, all your patient tracking records are done for you by AI Clinic Assist. So not only does it not cause you any work, but it also saves you a lot of work in patient tracking. So all of your recommendations of care are in there now, and so is the acceptance and the follow-through. Well, how great is that, you guys? Come on. It saves you money and it saves you work. And you're not having to buy any reports or paper materials either. Now, I hear doctors justify recommending many things these days besides chiropractic. And they justify it by saying with conviction, well, it's good for the patient. Well, if that's our sincere motivation and criteria, then you have no choice. You must show these videos and give them these reports, because the adjustment and chiropractic wellness care is absolutely, no question, good for the patient. Well, do you ever get tired of giving these reports, showing these videos, giving the right place promise, learning these scripts? Well, let me just say this as calmly as I can. I don't care if you get tired doing it or not. It's critical information for the patient. So let's remember our commitment that we started out this day with. Let me bring the seed back as a close for this class. Today, we have decided to rise above it all. We choose to rise above all challenges. We choose to rise above all obstacles. We choose to rise above all tiredness. We tell all mountains to move, bucko. In other words, today we rise above all of our excuses. We realize that the 98% just simply don't rise. What they do is they surrender to excuses, but not the 2%, not us at Integrity. The 2% are eagles, and we are built to soar. Integrity doctors choose to soar above it all with wings like eagles. Are you ready to do that? You ready to soar? Ready to do this? No excuses. It's all going to happen. We choose to soar, and that is what renews our strength. And aren't you glad that you came this morning? That's enough to absorb for just a few minutes. So let's take a break and let you absorb this for a bit, and then we'll start back with even greater stuff than you've had right now. But this was good. Thanks for being here. My name's Keith Maule, and I'm with Integrity Doctors, and I'm glad you came.
Welcome back from the break, everybody. Oh, this is a great day. We're already off to an incredible start. Incredible start. Great job, Keith. That was incredible. Oh, this is awesome. Now, I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to teach now. Now, I know you're used to me teaching at the end. And, here's the reality of how we're going to do today. And this is why today's going to be just a little different than the way we normally do things. You may have noticed that some of you were there. Not everybody was, but we had a huge event in Dallas. We had our big AI summit in Dallas. It was incredible. We went over all of our new stuff. And I know a lot of you have kind of waited for it and waited for what it is. And some of you have tried to get in on it, even though you didn't come to the event. So I want to make sure you're totally caught up. So what we're going to do is right now, I'm going to go over a summary of everything I covered in Dallas. I'm going to chunk it down to a tiny little window so you can see it. If you were there, this is going to be a good refresher for you. And then I'm going to come at the end of the day and I'm going to show you some new marketing stuff. Now, by that, here's the thing I want to preface even that with. We are going to be teaching our brand new AI marketing in Disney World at our Disney Elite. It's incredible. I am so excited to present that and show you what we've been working on. But today, for the end of the day, I want something that works for everybody. So I'm going to give you some free marketing tips, some stuff that we're going to do digital marketing, but it's going to cost you zero, nothing. It's going to cost nothing. Everyone can do this. Everyone should do this. And it should help. It should be a great help to your practice. So that will be at the end of the day. So do not leave. Do not say, oh, well, I'll just turn it off. No, I already heard Ryan once. No, come back. I promise you it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. But I'm going to jump right in here because I want to give this to you. I want to make sure that you know all of our new system, all of our new AI, what's going on with it and how it's going to work for you. But before that, I also have one other announcement for you I want to show you here. And that is, if you haven't seen it, if you didn't know it, we're working on making conferences better. So today is the last streaming event of 2025. And one of the things that has changed over time is our live events. Our live events have been all sorts of ways. We've taught big events, multiple classes, split classes, all one group. We've tried different ways, but it's always been kind of the same sort of deal. And we've always loved doing them. It's always been a fun thing doing them. But since COVID, it hadn't been as easy getting you guys to come back out again. And one of the complaints one of the things that we've seen over time that I think is just fascinating is that many doctors would communicate to us that they enjoyed the savings of not having to pay to bring their teams to conferences. And I understand that. I totally get that. Because post-COVID, once you'd saved up the money from doing that, felt like, wow, this is great. But one of the things that's happened on the flip side that I've noticed that is really troubling is that it wasn't just the stopping of conferences that happened. What really stopped was the team building. It was the team activities. And when those dried up, what we've seen the highest turnover rates in chiropractic in the last 40 years. They're happening right now. And they're happening because we're just treating as, well, let's just pay them to be here and let's not really go anything further than that. Whereas in the old days, we really put a lot into that. We put a lot into making sure that you were spending time with your team, enjoying your team, doing that sort of thing. So we want to help encourage that. We want to help encourage a way to do that. And I want to kind of bring that back, so to speak. So what we're going to do here is we are going to do things a little differently. I want to focus on team building, which means I want the events to feel like they're team building events, but not just team building, because the best teams don't just work together. They enjoy being together. They learn together. They play together. I remember when we were in Dallas the night before, we had a staff dinner with a good chunk of our staff. We had Carolyn, Gloria, Dr. Doug, Joel was there, Pamela was there, Jory was there. And Keith was there, and we just had a blast. We spent hours just sitting and talking and enjoying ourselves, and it was so much fun. And I want that for all of you. I want all of you to have a team that you enjoy being with as much as I enjoy being with my team. So it's a great thing. But to do that means we've got to do more than just work together. Okay, we've got to do a little bit more. So I want to help you with that. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to totally switch things up. I want to totally change the game. Okay, I want to do something that I've never heard of anyone else do anything like this before, but that's why it's exciting. So rather than just saying, oh, we're going to do conferences, I want to bring back conferences, and also I want to do more than just bring back conferences. I want to bring back a few locations. Okay, so a few of you are going to get to come now. Have stopped coming, or you don't want to leave your city. I get it. we're bringing back some locations. So that's going to be a really fun thing too. But here, let me show you what we're doing. We are bringing team building to you by introducing our brand new team retreats. Now, what's a team retreat? Well, a team retreat is simply this. We've teamed up with Dave & Buster's. That's right. We've come to an agreement with Dave & Buster's where we're going to host our events exclusively at their venues next year. And we are going to help provide you with a team building team retreat that is unlike anything you've ever seen. It's an all-inclusive experience starting in 2026. The training's included. We will provide the food and we will provide the games. The whole thing. So this isn't a, oh, well, what are you making me buy, Ryan? No, you don't have to buy anything. You just got to show up. If you can get your team there, we're going to provide the team training, we're going to provide the food, and we're going to provide the games. So that's going to be awesome. So we're going to have a team-focused classes from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then we're going to do a full buffet from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And then after 2 p.m. from 2 to close, we're giving you every single person a $15 game card to go out and start playing. Now, if you want to blow more money than that, feel free. Feel free. But we're going to start you off with a $15 game card for every single person in attendance. Now, each event requires a ticket. You have to have a ticket to do this. This is not I just showed up the day up. This is a ticketed event, like a concert, like a sporting event. This isn't, I just show up and I'm going to do it the same day. No, you have to register. Registration is open right now, and the only place you can register is inside AI Clinic Assist. So go inside AI Clinic Assist. On the left-hand side menu, click on Live Events, and you will see it, and you can go register for your location now. Go there, get your tickets, register. These events will sell out. We can only have 150 tickets available for Dallas, Kansas City, and our newest location, Indianapolis. Dallas, Kansas City, Indianapolis, and then Minnesota, we can only have 110. So you're saying, well, Ryan, why would you limit it? Well, there's a thing called a fire code. And I don't have any other choice. It's what Dave & Buster's says they will allow. So 110 for Minneapolis, 150 for the other locations. It'll be the same event in each location. So that way you don't have to feel like you need to come to two different events or multiple events. If you come to one, you will see the same thing that everybody gets in the other location. All right? So we're coming not just to two locations, not just Dallas and Chicago. We're coming to 4 locations. So team retreat dates, April 18th is Kansas City. May 16th is Minneapolis, Minnesota. September 19th is Indianapolis. And October 17th is Dallas. Now, for some of you are like, where did Indianapolis come from? Well, actually, if you look at a map, it is directly equally 2.5 hours between Chicago and Columbus. So rather than trying to pick in between, we literally picked in between and we just said, let's try something different. So we're going to Indianapolis. It's 2.5 hours in between. We looked up even a national map of all our locations, and a ton of you are near that area. So that's going to be fun. I can't wait to do it. 4 locations. And plus, remind you, we're still doing our live stream. Our live stream events will still happen. And our Perfect Procedure Zoom talks will still happen as well, plus all 3 elite events. Next year we have Las Vegas, Nashville, and Hawaii. So that's going to be an absolute blast. One other announcement I do want to make you aware of. This is a quote that my coach, Dr. Darius Daniels, has told me for years. He always reminds me, he says, opportunity isn't always convenient. And there's a thing that we've noticed here that we've been trying because of requests. One thing that we got requested a lot that we didn't previously do was to record all the Zooms, to record all the Zoom meetings and post them. And, we did that this year. And the one thing we've noticed after a year of doing that is that you're not watching them. So I don't have any other better way to say it. We watch the statistics, and I can tell you this, they aren't being watched, they aren't being done. So that's going away. We will not be posting them. If you want to get the information from the Perfect Procedure Zooms, you've got to be there, okay? You've got to attend them. Right now what's happening is nobody's attending and nobody's watching the video. If you want to be a part of it, you have to be there. We're going to be changing them up a little bit too. We're going to having more Q&A time built into them so that you can ask the presenters like Carolyn and Pamela questions. And that should be really helpful as well. So if you want to benefit, you have to attend. It's the way all these things work. Same goes for these team building events. These will not be recorded and posted to the online center, the training center. These are, if you want it, you gotta go. It's just the way right now. We've got to do it. We will obviously record these live streams and you can play them back to your heart's desire. But for our live in-person events and our Zoom calls, you gotta attend them to get something out of them. Okay? Now, let's dive in because I want to do the thing that we set out to do, and that was make chiropractic better for all. Because the integrity system has always been about two things. It's been about making practice easier for you, and most importantly, providing better patient care that is a step above all and every other form of health care. And for the last 40 years, we've been doing our systems pretty much the same way. If you look at every business system out there, they do everything kind of, we have these paper reports and we go through the reports and then we give them handouts and we fill them out with hand and all that kind of stuff. And today we're changing that. Today we're taking things to a whole new level and absolutely changing the game. And that's what the new chiropractic program that we've got, our AI Clinic Assist, is all about. Now, what I want to do is I want to make sure that we do what we have always done, because we have led the profession when it comes to business systems and chiropractic. We have always been the leader of it, and I don't want that to change. So to change, we have to change. That's one of our success principles. The change is necessary. And that the reality is that it's not just necessary for you, it's also necessary for us. So what we did was, in our AI Clinic Assist program that we released earlier in the year, we released it as a kind of we just need to get you onboarded to get you on here. And a lot of you got confused and thought it was a marketing program. It's not a marketing program. It is the integrity system. The entire system is now online. It is now through AI. And we just needed to get you on it first and gave you some marketing help. And there are marketing things in there, but this isn't a marketing program. This is also not an appointment system. This is the integrity system, all digital. Now, what I mean by that is where the game-changing thing is, for those of you that are still using the reports, AI Clinic Assist is us moving to completely 100% digital reports. No more paper products. No more buying report of findings, buying progress exam cards, none of that. We're going completely digital, where all of it is done by you teaching it on an iPad. We've already got the training in the training center of Doug doing it live. You can see it. It's great. It's very, very easy. This is very, very simple. But the great thing about it is I know some of you spend between $5,000 to $10,000 a year on these reports, on buying them and shipping them to you. That goes away if you choose this. So what I want to do is I want to show it to you. Okay, I'm going to show you all of this and all the changes, and I want to make sure that you see it and you know it and you get it. Okay, so starting with, this is what we call our destination wellness console. This is where everything starts. This is where everything goes. And what this means is this is what is on the tablet that you provide the patients. You will spend 90% of your time in this destination wellness console. And so you're not in the back end, you're not messing with highly technical things. And even notice this, we're even going to personalize it with your logo so it looks personalized to your office. When you click on the buttons, they're very, very simple and very, very easy. They go right to, you can see this is our first day video, the welcome video, in both English and Spanish. Both versions are in here, and your logo's on the screen on each page. That way, this looks like a totally custom program that you have meticulously worked hard to provide your team. We've even added the financial policy to this discussion. So it makes it, everything's in here. There isn't a step of the system that's not covered. The whole financial policy, you can go in, you can fill it out with the patient, go through all the exact same things you normally would have. You can customize this. We provided ways for you to customize it, to personalize it to your office. But then you have them fill it out, and you can have them sign it with their finger, and then you can sign it as well as the witness. And what's great about this is then it's digitally sent to them. This also includes, as you can see here on the screen, the good faith estimate and all the stuff that's built into that. And so once you do this, you hit submit, then it's emailed to the patient. So no more paper. They don't have to worry. You have to worry about them losing it. You have to worry about them leaving it in the lobby or leaving it in the bathroom. They're going to get it because it's going digitally. We're also adding our new kids zone. We've got our report of findings, our living well for life, our progress report 1, and progress report too. Now before I go in, I kind of move quickly, but I want to make sure we're keep moving here. So the financial policy, you can see on here, there's numbers only entry, so you can't mess this up. We've made it so it's numbers only entry on the financial policy. And then what we're going to do, anytime you see a box where you fill something out, all you have to do is you're going to tap inside of it, hit the microphone button on the keyboard, and you're going to dictate. You're going to talk and let the talk voice to text button work its magic. And that's going to put it into the additional notes or anything else that's needed. So it makes it super, super easy for you. We then have the report of findings. Now, I will point out, once they fill this out, they get the email. You will also get a copy of this email. It's built in and saved into the system in their contact section, which is great. So that way you have a copy. You don't have to make a separate copy and put it into your EHR. If you need one for safekeeping, it's already saved in our system with the signatures, everything, the whole works automatically. So this makes things so much easier. I just want to cut out steps. That's the whole purpose of this. We want to take away all the little steps and the little tasks that we are doing all day long and make life easier for everybody. So that even goes the same with the report of findings. So the report of findings is very simple. We have your logo at the top. We have the English and Spanish versions. And this is something we introduced a few years ago, but we've improved it. And it used to be called our screening leads and patient navigator, those sort of things. But on the bottom right are these buttons. And you can click the buttons, or on your tablet, you can swipe the screen. And when you can swipe, you can see here, it's the exact same report of findings. So you're not learning a new report of findings. You're getting the exact same one, only now everything moves. So the same image that you see on your report of findings now, that's the one on the screen here that's actually moving and working around to teach on how the nervous system works and how these things come about. So this makes it really simple and really, really easy. This makes learning great. And it just goes through the bullet points. The goal of this is to help you through the report of findings, to get you through it quickly, precisely, and make sure you cover everything you need. So as we're going through here, you'll see it's just bullet pointing each point for you, getting you through the report of findings. So as I start scrolling through here, and as you can see, everything repeats and moves, but it goes through just in the exact same manner that you would the original report of findings that was on paper. But now you're just using your finger and you're just swiping through it. It's just that simple. So as I swipe, you can see here we got the four. We'll talk about that. We'll go to the next one here, and this is where you go over your results. So we have that page, just a reminder of it, of the spinal degeneration page, and it's there. You can go over the results on this deal. You then can go through the solution, the adjustment, all the different steps. You can see the Destination Wellness logo is now on the screen. So it just brands everything and cleans it up. The 3 things happening with your adjustment. You don't have to worry about memorizing them. Just read them off the screen. It's just that simple. Makes it very easy for you. Then we're going to come in for a landing here for a moment, and this is at the end. Your Destination Well plan. I've created a personalized plan for you, and if you click the next button, it will automatically start over. So you don't have to worry about, I got to go find my place. The next button goes. But then once you've done the report, all you're going to do is scroll down. See here? You scroll down, and you're going to get this. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mark who did it. Okay? So this is personalized to your office. We're going to mark which doctor is in it, and then we're going to click in this initial complaint box, dictate into that one as well. I'll cover that in a minute. You can see everything here. We've also got the recommended products and services button. We've got the chiropractic treatment plan section. And then down here at the bottom, as we come down, you'll start seeing the first name, last name, and where they fill it out. They fill out their information. Yes, I watched the welcome video. And then you're going to sign it with their finger. And then they hit submit. And that's going to get things going and moving into the next direction. Now, let me just point out one very simple thing, because I know how some of you, even since we've been doing onboardings, one of the things that keeps coming up a lot is, well, I need to add all of my patients first. I need to add everybody in. No, that's not how this works. Everyone is added in the report of findings. That's where they're added. So this isn't about, I need to use this. I need to get everybody over here. No. This is how we enter them. So when we enter them into the report of findings, that's where everything starts. There's no manual entry. This is all done the day of, during the deal. It makes it super simple, super easy. Go watch the video in the training center under the Destination Wellness folder, and you can find the video on the report of findings. It explains it in full detail. But man, I'm telling you, this makes things so much simpler. So we're going to fill that out. We're going to do that. And then, like I said before, we mark up to 5 doctors. Our system handles up to 5 doctors per location. And then all further email communication. This is what's really cool. Because we've marked it, we know that as patients, one thing I know as a patient is that whoever I meet with is my report, even if you're a tandem office, even if you have multiple doctors who swap out, or you have someone go on leave or whatever it is, whoever I met with is the person that I typically I connected with. That's the person I connected with. So you mark that person. So once you mark that person on the report of findings, it's not just reporting it as who did the report of findings. Every email they get from here on out will be from that doctor. So it'll be signed from that doctor, look like it's from that doctor. It just makes for an easy connection point, regardless of who's doing the care. Then, like I said, voice to text in the initial complaint and symptoms, pain relief, stabilization, wellness care. Now, one thing we've added to that makes it really easy, in the initial complaint and symptoms, that will be saved into the system and automatically added to every report from here on out. So every email report that they get will include their initial complaint and symptoms listed inside of it. And you don't have to retype it in. It's all automated. Then we have the chiropractic treatment plan. Now you'll also see on the screen the recommended products and services. You can add more to this. So you get to personalize them. This is not just our list. You get to make the list whatever you want. We provide you with 4 spots. If you need more than 4, you can add them. In the Help Center, under System Customization, there's a video on how to add more to it. Let me just warn you, though, this is not a place to write a menu. This is not a place to input 20 options, okay? We're not supposed to bog down the report of findings with this section. What we're really wanting to do here is hit the main things that we recommend the most. You can still recommend things outside of what's on here. But the reality is that I don't want you to then feel like 30 different things on the screen. It's going to make it too cluttered. It's going to be a problem. So you don't want to do that. So do that here. Mark it. Makes it very simple and very easy. And then this is a copy of the report. It does have, since we took the screenshot, we made an update even just this week where it adds the signatures on it as well. So that's a new update since I took this screenshot. But you'll see here, we've added this new estimated progress bar. Really great. It's a spine that lights up. So we're at 10% here at the report of findings. And what's really great is I know that many of you write out, you would put things in your report of findings. So if you had your folders, you would have extra papers and things that you would put into it. That still can be done. You don't need to hand it out though. You can add them as attachments. You just scan them into your computer as a PDF. You can attach them and they will go with the email as well. So nobody's missing out on anything. No step is missed. All of this is provided. All this easy. Now, why email? The reality is when we built this system, we originally started building a patient portal. And I know this from going to my other doctors that I have. The last thing I want is another patient portal. Patient portals are just work creators. That's really all they are. They're creating a place for you to have to answer, oh, what's my email? Oh, I forgot my password. Can you reset it? I can tell you as someone who does that all the time for our own company, you don't want that. You don't want a patient portal. It's not worth it. The email is sent to the patient, then a text is sent an hour later reminding them to check their spam folders just in case they didn't see it. That's all covered. And all of this is completely HIPAA compatible. So it's all HIPAA compliant, the whole works. So nothing to worry about here. It's all doing it. And then what's really even cooler about this, if you know we've had a doctor's first call. The doctor's first call has been a part of the program for so long, and it's a great step. Except for the fact that we've noticed over the years that many of you stopped doing it or either didn't stop doing it, you start just getting voicemails. So you're just leaving voicemails all day long. And the reality is AI can leave voicemails for you. So that's what we're doing. So 3 hours after the visit, the AI will automatically send out a pre-recorded voicemail message by you. By you. That's right. You're going to record it. It's real easy. I walk you right through it. You're going to put it in our system, and that's it. So when the doctor's name is chosen, that's the doctor they get the voicemail from. And it's just thanking them for being here. It's a great thing. You're going to love it.
This is Dr. Garst, and I just wanted to call and tell you how thrilled I am that you started your care at the Well Chiropractic Clinic. You've made the right decision by choosing chiropractic care in our office, and I know that the wellness plan one of our doctors went over with you today is going to get you the results you want and will get you back to living well again. Now, there's no need to call us back. We just look forward to seeing you in the office and in your future appointments. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.
Isn't that cool? So that was it. So you got to hear it. That was it. So it's very simple. You can do it. Everybody can do it. Makes it real easy, but that automates the doctor's first call. Once you do this, the AI takes care of it. You never have to make another doctor's first call again. It's worth it for that, I think, for a lot of you. So that's a really great thing. Then we have what's called the Report Encourager. The Report Encourager is an email program that we created to encourage people to stick with their treatment plans. So 24 hours after the visit, every 2 to 3 days, they're going to get these email sequences. Okay? There'll be 12 different emails from the report of finding that encourages them to stick with their care and to refer other patients. So it's just one more hitting point for getting more referrals. So these are the emails. It's going to be great. They're in the system. I'll read kind of one off to you. Just make it. It says, welcome to your destination wellness plan. We're grateful to have you as a patient. After viewing your reports, I've got one thing to tell you loud and clear. You are in the right place at the right time. What you have is treatable with chiropractic care, and that's not hype, it's fact. We're about to unleash your body's natural healing system and set you on a course for destination wellness. Your body's built for success, but only when the communication lines are clear. If the brain can't talk to the body through the nervous system, it's like dropping a call on a busted iPhone. No connection means no healing. We're about to fix that. Let's go. And it's signed Dr. Doug Sullivan because I put his name on the report of findings. So this is all built in. It's going to encourage them. It's going to help them much better. This is a really neat feature. All automated. You don't have to do anything. It automatically does it for you. We then have now this all brand new patient tracker. It's called our Destination Wellness Tracker. It's like our previous new patient tracker, only this one's completely done by AI. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to fill it out. AI will automatically add the patient to the tracker when they complete what we call milestones. Milestones are each of our big visits, our report of findings, living well for life, progress exam 1, progress report 2, the wellness report of findings, and wellness rewards. When they've done each of these, it moves them to the nearest and most complete milestone. So all of it's done, and we even mark them, each one. You can track everything they've done to that point, all the other visits that have taken place, all automatically. You don't have to touch it. The system automatically does it. The AI moves them for you. You say, well, how does the AI know? Well, when you complete the report tells the AI, hey, they've completed this, and then the AI goes in and changes this. So this is all automated. You don't have to do it. You're no longer going into an Excel document and filling out all of these, every single person, everything they did. No, totally unnecessary, all built in here automatically. Each one, when you see it, so if I go back here, you'll see it creates this little card. And on this little card, it marks a few things. So the opportunity source is the report of findings. Opportunity source means that's where they came into the system at. Okay, so that's where they started. So if they started there. Now there's a little, two little icons. There's a tag icon. You'll see a number 3 with it. And then you'll see a little paper icon. That's our notes icon with a 6 on it. The tag shows a simple list of everything they've done. So right now I've got marked report of findings, ROF, welcome video, and LWFL for living well for life. And then the notes section, it keeps track of things that have happened. So wellness rewards that have been earned or missed appointments. So that's all built in and all automated for you. Now, what's great about this, like I said before, when you create a milestone visit, it'll automatically move them. See how it does that? The AI will automatically move them where they are supposed to be. So it makes it super, super easy, super, super simple for you. And you'll see this as they keep adding, as you start adding people, it'll just line them up. So when you get another person in, it creates another card and they just stack. They stack on top of each other to make it easy so you can see everybody in columns all in one place. This is so stinking incredible. Living well for life, same here. So we go into the Living Well Life section. We click Learn More. And inside there, they can watch the video. And what we've added here, we have both English and Spanish versions with your logo, as always. But when they go into this thing here, at the very bottom, when they finished with the video, okay? When they have finished watching the video, then, and this is really cool, they fill this out. They check that they watched the video, they enter their cell phone number, and then they enter any referrals they have. If they don't have a referral, they don't have to send it. But when they hit submit, this not only moves them in the milestone, it notifies your front desk that they've completed and watched the video. That way you're not just sitting around waiting and wondering if they finished it. It will tell you, hey, they finished watching the video. The other thing you'll notice on this report is that it just has the phone number. Well, see, what we did was in the report of findings, we collected their information, and now from every single report that we do, all we ask for is their phone number. Everything is tied to their phone. So we're not having to ask them for all their contact information again every single visit. The only thing we use is their phone. The phone is used as their patient identifier because everyone has a unique phone number, and that's built in. We have the same thing for this. 2 hours after the visit of your Living Well for Life, it's going to send them a couple emails asking them for referrals. All completely automatic, all signed by you. Absolutely incredible. The AI automatically moves them and does everything. Then we have our progress exam reports. Same for these. So we've got 1 and 2. We'll go to the first one now. And as we go into this, I'm telling you, this is so stinking cool. I just can't even believe all this stuff. So we got the videos. We scroll down and look at the reports. Looks just like the report you're used to giving. So none of this is hard. The better part, though, as you'll see on the screen, we added more of the script to the report, which wasn't on there before. So now that's on there. We've got even our new tracker. We got 40% progress tracker. Wherever you go in, you dictate it in. We've got this new bar where you rate how well their care is going and where we're expecting them to go. That's all included in the training, so you can learn how to do that. You do their cell phone number, you hit submit, and that sends it. It's the same report. It takes 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes, man. So this is a great thing. Great thing. Same with the second report. When we do the second report, you'll see it on here. And it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. We've got the report. Fills out the same way. And like I said, if you don't even know the script that well, it's kind of on the screen right now. We've added more to it to make it super, super easy for you. All of this built in, all of it really simple. And the same goes for this. They get the report. It's automatically, the initial complaints are added automatically for you. The progress bar is there. There's a link to the videos even. A link to the videos. So they can watch it. Now, here's how cool this is. So when they go to the deal, this is what they get. So they'll get a copy of the video to watch at home, but we've also provided videos of your past visits. Now, if they haven't completed the video, they can't see the video, but everything they completed is there, plus our brand new stretch library. Oh man, this is automatic for everybody. Everybody gets this. It's 30 stretches divided up into where in the body, and it's got the destination wellness logo. And this you don't have to pay for this. This is included. So we'll hit play here, and we'll see what she...
Stand tall with your feet shoulder width apart. Slowly lower your chin towards your chest, then rotate your head to the right, bringing your right ear towards your shoulder.
That's it. Isn't that cool? So it's just all completely automatic, all prepared, all ready for you, and they get a copy of this. Okay? So it's just one more fun thing that's built in. And you didn't have to... This isn't an extra, well, you need to pay for this. No, this is provided. This is all part of the program. We've never had anything like this now included with the program. Same goes for the reports on these. Our report encourager for our progress reports. These come now. So now you'll get the progress reports. After them, they'll get emails just about their progress and summing up the care and keeping them on schedule. That's all awesome. The new patient tracker as well, AI, it's moving them here. And now I know one question that always comes up. Well, what if they missed an appointment, Ryan? What if they miss? Oh yeah, we covered that too. So there's a column called missed appointment. All you got to do is drag their card, click and drag it over into wellness appointments. So what you're going to do is you're going to call the patient first. And if you call them and get them rescheduled, you don't do anything. Don't move them. But if they don't answer, you move them to the missed appointments calendar, and the system will automatically text the patient and email the patient telling them to make sure that they're getting their appointment. They will try to get them booked again and send them appointment request. So that's all automatic. It'll do that for 3 days. It will also send a message to the front desk if they haven't been reactivated, reminding you each day to call them again. So the system will know because when you do, all you got to do is drag them over into the reactivation folder if they get back on the calendar. And that's it. Once you've dragged them in there, that stops all the texts and the emails from this point. And on top of that, that means you don't have to remember where to put them. The next milestone visit they complete, it will automatically move them once they're there. So that makes things really simple. If a patient slips through the cracks and doesn't move to another step within 45 days, the system will assume they are at risk, and they will automatically reach out to them again. So we want to make sure that, I realize none of you have ever misplaced a patient before. I realize it's probably never happened. You never lost track of someone. This helps keep us from that. So it helps protect us from that. And at the same time, if they stay in here for 60 days with no movement, don't change, the system already automatically moves them out and assumes that they dropped out of care. So that way you're not just filling this with a whole bunch of people, even people that have completed their treatment plans. Now, Wellness Report of Findings. This is a new name for us. It was always the Wellness 3. Now it's the Wellness Report of Findings. And this is it. Same as before. We got the logo. We've got the videos, English and in Spanish. When we scroll down, you've got all the same report that you're used to giving. But now we've got 100% progress. Where you're going, we dictate it in. And then you've reached VIP status. We've got your wellness rewards. And then it's time to sign the wall after that. Isn't this cool? Isn't this awesome? So really, really neat. All built in, all automatic for you. In this email again, initial complaints added. The progress bar is there. Wellness rewards instructions are there for reaching. And then we have the link to watch video education from today's visit. So that's all there. And any of the reports, not just the report of findings, you can add handout PDFs to them as well. So that's a great thing. There's an encourager for the wellness report. These go out monthly because they're now a wellness patient. So these are a monthly email encouraging them to keep coming back and staying with care. And it will move them along. But now we've even added this, a whole new wellness rewards program. That's right, an entirely brand new wellness rewards program. This gets away from loopy loyalty. It puts it all in the system so you're doing all things in one place. That's awesome. So on your first wellness visit after the deal, they're going to go on there. They're going to scan this QR code. You're going to have this QR code printed at your front desk or in the treatment room, wherever you want to have it. They're going to scan it on their phone. All they're going to do is type in their cell phone number and hit scan card. They don't have to sign up for anything else. It's all still using the system that we've been using this whole time. They'll scan their card, and on their 8th scan, it's going to send them this fun little email you see down below with Will Ferrell getting real excited, telling them they have gotten a wellness reward. All they got to do is show you that email, and that gets them their free visit. It's every 8 visits they get a free adjustment, and they get it after scanning the 8th visit. Okay, so they're going to complete the 8th visit, scan it, and then the next visit will be free. Okay, so that makes it very simple, very, very easy, and it's all built in. You don't have to add them to the system. Now, if you do have people from the past, yes, you can add them in. Yes, you can. If they have scans from their old card we used to use, yes, you can transfer those over. Okay, all the instructions are there. We've got a whole video on the Destination Wellness Rewards in the Help Center and in the training under the Destination Wellness folder. So it's all there. This is awesome, man. This is awesome. No more questions. No more use scan. You don't have to scan anything. You don't have to keep track of anything. The patient puts it all on the patient, lets them do it. Incredible. So moves them through it. Also, you're going to see in their notes section, it marks that they've got wellness rewards. Those have been marked in there, and that's earned. And then we've even provided for you an easy place on the system to track everything. So you'll see here we provided a key KPI dashboard. That stands for Key Performance Indicators. So all your contacts you have are listed, any new contacts that have come in for the week, your delivered emails are all in your dashboard. The stage distribution, how many people are on each stage as they're going through, how many pages are getting viewed on the different funnels that you have. All of it's kept track through here. We even below it keep track of your Google business profile, your Facebook ad reports, or Google ad reports if you're running those as well. So that's all in one place, all under your reports. We've also added as even one bigger bonus, our new Kids Zone. Our new Kids Zone, this is incredible. This is one that we were very excited to do. This is totally new for us. You click on that, and it's every report but done for children. Okay, you'll see we put kind of this Neapolitan color at the top. That way you know you're not in the regular section anymore. And you'll see it's got kind of cartoon characters. Now, what we've also done here is we went through and redid all of our videos. All of our videos are all done with these Pixar characters, which makes it great. So it's totally modern, totally great. We even have a video for the Living Well for Life just for kids. We have a video of the first day video and all the progress reports. They're all animated. They're all great. And their reports are all the same except for one thing. All you fill out is the child's first and last name and then you enter the parent's name. That's the only difference in these. You do not attach an email or a phone to them. There's a training on it called Child Attachment in the System Customization section of the Help Center that'll show you how to attach a child's named account to the parents for communication so that you aren't doing multiple emails in multiple places. Okay? So that's all there. All of it's built in. All of it's all automatic. Super, super simple. So I know what you're thinking here. Your next steps. If you already have AI Clinic Assist, like I said, you're going to click the Help Center, the gold question mark icon at the top, and you're going to click the Start Here onboarding button. That's going to walk you through every single step. Now, there's a lot of steps in here, but we broke it out to each step takes less than 2 minutes. So it's real simple. We want to step-by-step, baby step our way through this. It walks you through the whole thing. It's very, very easy. Go in there and complete this now to get all of this running today. You could have it running by this afternoon. That's how quickly this can go down. You can also get your AI help from the exact same place. When you click on that, you'll notice here when you click on it, the first 5 folders, the Start Here, and then there's 4 below it. All of those are all the videos I've created for you to make this easier. 99% of the questions that you would ask us are covered in those videos. So just go through them and look them up first and see what you need and see what I walk it through. You can see I can hit play.
Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on your AI pod.
And I start talking you through one of the different posts. You can make me bigger by clicking at the top. You can also move to different pages, which is great because then if you want to do stuff while I'm showing you, you can, which makes it really easy. You can click through the back and go to different pages, and I'm still talking on the screen, and you can follow along and do it on the screen with me while you're doing it. So that makes things super easy. If by chance I say something to do something behind the screen, all you got to do is click the icon at the top, and that will take it away. And when you click it again, I'm still there running my mouth. So that's all built in and all very simple. We also provide for you, if I go back here to the main menu here, this down here it says chat with us now. See, I'm showing these. There's chat with us now. And this is not a web form. This is an actual form to enter our chat center. We have live chat standing around 24/7. Go in here and you can ask questions. It will start off giving you our AI assistant who will try to answer its questions first. That usually helps most of our people out. But if it's a little more complex, it'll then transfer to a human if it can't help you. And that's it. This is all provided to you. All built in. This isn't stuff that you're having to work on. This isn't stuff that you're having to, well, now I need to buy each one of these pieces. This is all built into the program. All provided for you. All super simple, all super easy. So go do it now. If you're not an AI Clinic Assist, just send me a message and say, Ryan, how do I get on it? If you're not on a contract for it, I can show you the contracts and show you how to get in it. But this is awesome, man. This is awesome. All of it is provided for you. And I've even got for you a smaller version of this class, very similar to this, in the Destination Wellness folder. So if you forget this, or if you have another team member, maybe somebody missed today, and you want to go there, it's all there. It's all provided to you, all to make this as super simple and easy as we possibly could. And that's that. So this is so incredible. I'm trying to remember now as I close out. Have I told you about our special? I'm not sure if I did. I'm so caught up in everything I just did there. I can't remember if I mentioned it before, but if I didn't, let me talk about it right now. Okay. We always offer a coupon code, and I realize this, if you do this, coupon codes don't even matter to you anymore, obviously. So in a lot of ways, one of our team members like, are you even going to have a coupon code? Because now we're letting them do the reports for free using the tablet. And I said, well, yeah, not everybody's moved over yet, and I still recognize that some of you are going to be slow to adapting. This is where it's all going to go. We're going to go all digital. At some point, there won't be paper reports anymore because there just won't be a demand for them anymore. So here's the thing. Here's what's really great about this. So I'm going to do the special today, and I'm going to do it for a bigger number than we've ever done before. I'm going to do 30% off. Ooh, 30% off, you say. Yes. Now, I realize that's not for everybody, but here's the thing. There's no coupon code, at least not right now. And the reason is if I'm going to give that much, I want to ask something of you, okay? I want to ask something of you, and this is going to tie into my class later today, okay? So what I want from you is simply this, okay? I'm going to put up on the screen right now a QR code. And on that QR code, I want you to scan it and fill out a 5-star review for Integrity Doctors. Now, if you don't want to give us one, great. You don't have to give us one. But if I'm going to give you 30% off, the only thing I'm asking for in return is a good review of us. That's it. Just a good review. It can be one sentence. Hey, I love my coach. It doesn't have to be much, but scan this QR code, go on there, fill out a review, and then all you got to do is go into the Integrity app, the Training Center app, and you'll find the first featured post, which is a post of the 2020, my AI update for October. It's right at the top. Just comment on that, give me your name, office name, and then I will reach out to you privately with a coupon code for 30% off. Okay? That's what I'm doing. That's how we're going to do it today. I've never done this before. I'm trying something new. But I need Google reviews. You guys need them. I know you need them. We're going to talk today why everyone needs them, but I need them too. So here's the thing. Go on there, scan the QR code, fill out the review, then tell us in the app that you did it, and then we'll send it to you. Now, I do want to pre-warn you about this now. Recognize this. I can't send it to you until after this is over. So recognize that. Recognize that. And let me just say this right. I'm going to send it to you Monday. So Monday you'll get the email, because today I'm going to be wore out from this. I want to go see my kids after this is over. And you need a break too. So the good news is this coupon will last next week. It'll last all 5 days of next week. Okay. So there's no pressure. There's no, I got to do it in 24 hours. Nothing like the past. You give me a review. I'll reach out to you privately, send you a coupon code, and you can get 30% off our paper products. Sound good? All right. This has been a lot to cover. I realize it's a lot. I went a little longer than I normally do. But again, I'm going to be back later today, and I'm going to give you a free marketing tip. We're going to talk some free marketing, including reviews, since I thought we're going to talk about reviews, because that's all free. We got to up our game on this stuff, and we're providing you so many different things you can do, and I want you to be ready for it. Okay? All right? Great. Let's take a break. Welcome back from the break, everybody. Oh, this day is just going so smoothly. This is awesome. I couldn't be more excited. This is just, I love it. I love it. I love being here. I love being here with you. I want to remind you, before we keep going, I want to remind you of our special offer today. Again, if you still want to take advantage of get our product discount for the day, all you got to do is scan the QR code on the screen. It's on the screen right now. And you're going to scan that QR code. And here's what's going to happen. You're going to scan it. And you're going to fill out a 5-star Google review for me, for Integrity Doctors. Not for me, for the company, obviously. For Integrity Doctors. And you're going to fill out that 5-star review. And then you're go in the app, in the Integrity app after you've done that. And you're going to comment on the top featured post called the October AI Update. Comment on their name, office, and that you posted a review. And then I'm going to send you your coupon code, okay? You're going to get 30% off the reports. 30%. We've never offered 30%. That's the highest we've ever done. But I want to give you a little more because I'm giving you an incentive today. I'm asking you to do something. Again, as a reminder, this coupon will work for a few days. So this isn't one you have to make sure is done instantly because I'm rewarding you for doing this. That's why we're doing it. So scan the card, give us a 5-star review. That's a great thing. We love them. We need them. Everybody needs them. You're going to learn even today why you need them. So make sure you scan the review. But now, are we ready? Are we ready to do this thing? Ready for another class? Another great one here? Well, after I've already explained much of the system and much of the new stuff that's going on, we've got a new one for you here from Dr. Doug, and this is going to be great. I think it's going to tie in perfectly and kind of help connect some dots just to make it all as clear as you possibly can. So ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome for Dreammaker, Dr. Doug Sullivan.
Hello, Integrity Doctors. I'm Dr. Doug Sullivan, one of your dream makers here, and I'm so excited to be with you for another live stream conference. I've got a great class for you today, and I'm excited about it. And I know I always say that, but it's because it's true. Today's class is interesting because it's a bunch of things in one. In one way, it's a new class. In another way, it's a review class. And in another way, it's a bit of an update class as well. You've probably noticed there's a lot of change going on here at Integrity recently with our new AI Clinic Assist program and all the possibilities that thing is opening up for us as we go. It's neat and exciting and maybe even a little scary too, right? And in fact, recently, we just moved our Integrity system onto the AI Clinic Assist platform so that we can keep building on it from there. And, sky's the limit for what we can do with this. So success principle number 4, change, right? We're definitely leaning into that. But I wanted to make sure that even though there's lots of change going on, that we don't lose sight of the fact that there's still a foundational structure to the Integrity system. And so I want us to remember that the more things change, at least in regards to our system, the more they stay the same. I have taught to you over the last several years worth of live stream conferences the various foundational pieces of the Integrity system, but they've been wrapped into other conversations that we were having. So today I thought I'd pull it all together for you in one place and go through the 4 foundational pieces of our system: repetition, consistency, value, and simplicity. So let me start out by getting you thinking here. I have a question for you. Think about the last product or service that you adopted into your daily life. I'll bet you probably recognize at least one, but probably all of the products or services that I've got here on the screen. Starbucks coffee, or making an order on Amazon Prime. You get the thing the next day or 2 days later. Some of you probably have a Costco in your town where you can go and buy bulk groceries and save a ton of money when you go do it, right? My wife makes a Costco run every couple weeks. Apple products. How many of you have at least one Apple product out there? I mean, I'm actually wearing one on my wrist here today. But I wonder, with these familiar products, Did you make the decision to start using Amazon Prime or buy your first cup of coffee ever at Starbucks or your first Apple product in one single moment of inspiration? Or was it more likely that there were a lot of factors that combined together, both conscious and unconscious, that made it easy to say yes to that first purchase? What I want to do today is walk through the journey of how a consumer, your patients, go from hearing about a concept to buying into it and staying loyal to the product, to the service over the long haul. And I want to explore those 4 strategies that we mentioned a moment ago: repetition, consistency, value, and simplicity, and how they play in to creating that loyal patient. These strategies, you guys, they're not just theories. They're not just something that we looked at Integrity and said, hey, we think this is right. We'll just build our systems around this. These strategies are actually principles that billion-dollar brands use to build customer loyalty. And again, I want to remember that that word loyalty means to us retention. It keeps our patients. These principles of repetition and consistency and value and simplicity are baked into the Integrity system in our patient education and in our report scripting and all the graphics that we use and the scheduling procedures and policies that we have, the over-the-counter and the phone call language that we teach you how to do. They're built into your office flow and how you move people from place to place and visit to visit. And they're built into the destination wellness follow-up system that we've developed through you, coming onto the AI Clinic Assist platform, and so much more. And the reason they're built into all of those things is because they are proven to work in the real world. My goal today is to show you why those systems are written the way they are with those pillars built into them. Your job is to leave this class today committed to following them exactly. Can we leave behind once and for all the reinventing of the process the way you want it to be, the ad-libbing that we all seem to want to do with the various scripts, not freelancing your process and cobbling it together in the way maybe you would like it to go? Because the way we've done it is proven in the real world. Let's launch right into the first foundational pillar, repetition. I taught this to you a while back in a class you might remember called The Secret Sauce of the Integrity System. We said repetition is key for your patients buying in to your message, to your product. And it's done through repetition of words and phrases and graphics and images and even people who are presenting all that repetition. See, we have to understand that at first introduction to a new concept, the biggest obstacle to your consumer is your own invisibility or their lack of understanding of what your message or your product is. See, I'll bet you answered when I asked you about, what it was that made that first decision to go on to Amazon Prime or buy that first Starbucks coffee. It probably wasn't just one thing, because people rarely act the first time they hear about something. Consumers make a commitment after lots of repetition, because repetition does a lot of things to the human mind. First off, when a message is being repeated over and over, it helps to put that message in top of mind awareness. That's the simple way that repetition works. But repetition also works in a much more complex manner on the human being to trigger deeply emotional and psychological responses of familiarity, of trust, of loyalty, of value. So if we could create a bit of a flow chart, if you will, repetition builds connection. Repetition builds that awareness, familiarity, trust, loyalty, and value. And those things combine to make your consumer feel more connected to you. You'll remember from a class I did a while back where we said, well, how much repetition is really needed anyway? And the truth is there's tons and tons and tons of professional literature written about this out there. But, I'm going to take you all the way back to a book written in 1885 called Successful Advertising. Its Secrets Explained. You might remember this. This is a little fun. Let's take a journey through it. We'll go a little faster than we did last time. But they said in the book, when someone first interacts with an ad the first time, they don't even see it. Even the fourth time, they still only have a fleeting sense that they've seen it somewhere before. It really isn't until the fifth time that they actually read the ad. It's the ninth time of seeing the ad before they really wonder if maybe they're missing out on something and maybe they should give it a try. It's the 10th time when they start asking their neighbors, hey, have you tried that thing? Have you done that service? It's the 12th time before they start really thinking that maybe this product being advertised is a good one. It's the 14th time they've read the ad that they start thinking to themselves, hey, I've wanted that thing for a long time. It's the 16th time they've read the ad that they accept the fact that someday, somewhere, they're going to buy that thing. They're going to get that service. It's not until the 20th time that they've read through the ad that they buy what's being offered. 20 times they've got to come in contact with and read that ad. Now, I know it would be easy to say, well, that's all well and good because that's advertising, but what does that have to do with retaining my patients in my practice? Well, there was a great Forbes ad out there, and this is actually where I named the previous class that I taught you called The Secret Sauce of the Integrity System. The Forbes ad is called The Secret Sauce of the Customer Journey. And in that article, it said today, and in fact, this article is about that book from 1885. The article says, today we can just exchange the word ad for your message. But the steps that the customers take are the same 20 steps that our ancestors' customers took over 100 years ago. The number 20 isn't really as important as the summary of those steps. Repetition and persistence are what matters. No matter how many times we reinvent the customer journey, the steps haven't changed in over 100 years. Technology's changed, right? We've got the AI Clinic Assist in our own world now. How we deliver our message has evolved, but what it takes to bring a human being along your journey and engage with your brand story has not changed. Remember, on the other side of your customer journey plan, the integrity system that you're employing, is a human being. At our core, we humans don't change much over the centuries. The technology that delivers our messages and guides our tactics changes rapidly today, but the need for repetition in our message does not change. Let's look at it in the real world. I bet you recognize this ad I've got up on the screen here. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. Now, I'm going to ask you, how many times do you think you've heard that on TV and the radio and in your podcasts and everywhere else? Yeah, it's not even just 100 times. It's thousands of times. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. See, Geico has based their entire marketing strategy, their messaging strategy on repetition. They've been doing this since 1998. Let's look at another one. Here's a company that's been doing repetition for even longer. Try over 125 years. You know Coca-Cola, right? Even though it's one of the most recognizable brands out there, they still spend billions of dollars repeating their message on every billboard and every television commercial, on the vending machines, everywhere, so that they can stay in front of you so you can be connected with them. See, if we create this flow chart here and put the ads with it, you recognize that repetition, whether it be Coca-Cola or a Geico, builds your awareness. It makes you familiar with the product. Over time, it builds your trust, even if you don't actually like Coke or employ Geico for your insurance, right? It establishes a level of value in the company, and that creates a connection with their customers. Let's look at repetition in our system. We have to realize, you guys, patients don't commit to you on the very first day they come in the door. They come in scared, they come in skeptical, they come in uncertain. You've got to build a connection with them. That's why our scripts repeat the same message over and over and over. You know it. It's the heal, prevent, future performance message. And what's interesting, especially with the addition of our destination wellness program that does follow-up through the AI Clinic Assist program in between visits to your office, a 20-visit treatment plan now puts that heal, prevent, future performance message in front of your patients more than 40 times across video and digital print and emails and spoken words. But see, if you go ad-lib the scripts, if you go change things up, you break the system. See, we got to stick to the system and apply this same principle that built such strong customer connection and loyalty with Geico and with Coke. Repetition was an important piece of that. Let's look at another one. A second foundation of the integrity system. You know this one as well. Consistency. Consistency is the twin sister of repetition. Without consistency, you guys, repetition just backfires. If the words that you're repeating keep changing, if the visuals shift, if the tone from one team member to another changes, from one visit to another or one report to another, your patients feel confusion. And when your patients feel confusion, that's uncomfortable. See, it doesn't matter how well connected they are to your message through repetition. If they're uncomfortable with the experience that they're having with you, that's a non-starter. They won't stay with you. Consistency of a message produces comfort, and comfort works emotionally and psychologically to support awareness in your patient, to support familiarity, to support trust and loyalty and perceived value. I wonder if those things sound familiar to you. If we made a flow chart out of consistency, consistency makes your consumer comfortable. And when your consumer's comfortable, that makes them more aware of the messaging, familiar with the messaging. They trust you more, they feel more loyal, and they have more perceived value. Let's go back to the real world on this again. Why do people line up every morning for that $8 latte anyway? Do you think they do it for the caffeine? No, they can get caffeine anywhere. They can go to the corner marketplace and get the cheap coffee that's been cooking on the cooker for 3 hours, right? No, they go for more than just the caffeine. They go for the comfort of the experience in Starbucks. Whoops, let's go back to that again. No matter where you are in the world, the moment you walk into a Starbucks, it feels the same, doesn't it? The cup, the menu, the music, the smell. That consistency creates comfort. And when people are comfortable, they trust the experience. And because they trust the experience, they come back again and again and again. Starbucks has built a loyalty, everybody, not on coffee. In fact, I'd venture that Starbucks coffee isn't even the best out there, but blasphemy. They've built a loyalty on the comfort of their consistency and how they present it. Let's look at another one I'll bet you know. You know these guys, don't you? Apple. When you buy an Apple product, it always feels familiar, doesn't it? The design, the simplicity, the way the icons look. That consistency creates comfort. Consumers know exactly what they're getting, whether it's a phone or whether it's actually just an adapter. I mean, the boxes all look the same, right? The messaging looks the same. The structure of it all looks the same. They know what they're getting. Pardon me. And they know how to use it. They're never overwhelmed by technical jargon. They're never lost in a maze of options. The messaging is always consistent from Apple. And that comforts what's created one of the most loyal consumer bases in the world. People don't just buy Apple once. They stay with Apple. And they buy again and again, and they upgrade, and they tell their friends. And it's not because Apple's the only technology company. In fact, it's not even because they're the best. There are probably some better products out there technology-wise. But it's because they deliver the same consistent, comfortable experience and messaging across every product, whether it's a phone or an adapter. It's comfortable. And they do it every single time. Let's look at consistency in one more place. You know these guys, right? They've been around over 100 years. We talked about Coca-Cola a minute ago. And in fact, you know, even if we took away the scripted Coca-Cola writing, just the consistency of the red background and the white wave is enough for you to know who they are. The main product in Coca-Cola has used this red background and this white wave for over 125 years, as I told you a moment ago. Repetition, right? But you know what? Even the billion-dollar companies mess up. Back in 2011, for the first time in 125 years, Coca-Cola changed their iconic red cans to white. Yes, they did. And you know what? Didn't go well. 6 weeks later, they were pulling those white cans off the market and putting the red ones back because they'd lost millions in dollars of sales. Didn't change the product. Didn't change the can size. They just changed the color. And people stopped buying. They became uncomfortable with the presentation. Coca-Cola broke the consistency. Our system here at Integrity gives you exact scripts, gives you exact graphics, scheduling procedures, language procedures to ensure that the message is identical at every single touch point that you have with your patients. But you're human. I get it. I understand it. You're going to be so tempted to change it. You're going to get tired of the messaging. You get tired of repeating yourself and showing the same pictures and all that stuff. Don't do it. Don't design your own graphics. Don't come up with your own scripting. Don't improvise. See, when you're consistent, it eliminates the confusion in your message, and this makes your patients more comfortable in your experience. And when they're comfortable, that supports their awareness of your message, their familiarity with you, their trust in you, their loyalty, their value. Does this sound and look familiar? A lot of similarities going on there between what happens with repetition and consistency, isn't there? In fact, we could even change our flow here a little bit and do it this way instead, right? Repetition creates awareness, familiarity, trust, loyalty, value, and so does consistency via comfort, all in the name of producing and strengthening that connection with you, with chiropractic, with the outcome. So let's build a model. Look something like this. Repetition and consistency support awareness, familiarity, trust, loyalty, propose value to get a connection with your consumer. So let's go to the third pillar for the foundation of integrity, of the integrity system, and that's value. Consumers don't stay loyal just because they trusted you once. They stay because they continually perceive value in what they're getting from you. And I want you to understand something. I want you to be very clear on something. Value isn't about doing more things, adding more services, more visits. It's about revealing more about the service that you gave them when they first came to you. See, most of our patients start with us because they had some sort of pain, right? They came in to see us most of the time because they were seeking pain relief. Now, they initially stay with you because you create a connection enough that they think, okay, I can get out of pain. And you did that by starting right away with repetition and consistency of a message going in that direction. But see, as they stay with you, they start to hear more of that message. You help them see that that adjustment not only decreases their pain, but can improve their mobility, can increase their balance, can give them more energy, better sleep, long-term performance. Now, the adjustment didn't change. I would even say the messaging doesn't really change. You start with that messaging from the very beginning. But what does change is their understanding over time about what the adjustment can do. They build value. See, as you make that connection, they begin to open up and hear more of what your messaging is. So when you make a connection with your patient through your initial messaging, it increases their understanding of what you do over time because it reveals more about who you are. They hear more, and that gives them more perceived value of you, of chiropractic. Let's look at this in the real world too so we can understand it. Most of you know this company, right? Amazon. In fact, I'll bet almost every one of you here have an Amazon Prime account. Am I right? Most people sign up for Amazon Prime because they can get the free shipping that goes along with it. I know that's why my household originally signed on years ago. But what you discover over time is there's a whole lot more going on there. Prime saves you time. You don't have to go out and go to the store to buy that thing. If you're willing to wait till tomorrow or the next day, it'll be in the mail. It reduces the stress of having to go deal with stuff and shopping and all that stuff. It simplifies daily life. See, the real value in Amazon Prime wasn't the shipping. That was just the start. It's the convenience and the freedom and all the things that it brings to you afterwards. Here's the parallel to us here in chiropractic. Your patients come in for pain relief, but as they stay with you and you reveal more to them with the connection you make over time, they see that the adjustments can help them move better, sleep better, live better. Again, the adjustment hasn't changed, but their perceived value of it has. Let's go back to the real world again. Let's talk about Apple again. Most people bought their first iPhone because they needed a phone, right? I mean, if you can go back that far and remember, the first time you got it, I need the phone. But once they got the phone, they quickly realized it was also a camera and a map and a music player and a creative tool and a connection to others. It was so much more. The device didn't change. It's still a phone. What changed was what people understood about what that phone could do. Again, to the parallel, your patients arrive seeking relief for back or neck pain, but with increasing connection to the chiropractic message, you guys, they discover the adjustment does all these other things for them. Same adjustment, more revealed value. Okay? Here's the lesson. Patients don't stay because you keep adding services to them. They stay because you help them see that the service you already provide, the adjustment, touches more of their life than they ever realized. Value isn't about doing more, it's about revealing more. Our integrity system is designed to make that revelation clear. Through repeating consistent scripts and graphics and conversations that connect with the patient, to move them beyond the pain mindset and into the lifestyle mindset. So let's make a flow chart. Connection increases understanding and reveals more about the product, so the patient's value goes ever higher, as we saw there with Amazon and with Apple. So let's bring back the flow chart we made for ourselves, right? Here's the repetition and consistency that results ultimately in connection. Well, we get this little circle that starts going on down here too. As the connection is established, that helps open them up to reveal more about what chiropractic adjustments are. And that strengthens the value, which increases the connection, which increases understanding and reveals more. And round we go. See, all the while we're feeding in the repetition and consistency too. See it? And then there's the fourth pillar. Simplicity. Simplicity is the fourth pillar of the foundation of the integrity system. And simplicity isn't as simple as you think. I taught this to you in a class a while back as well, but let's bring it forward again and apply it here. From an article in aamc.org called Say Again, Teaching Physicians About Plain Language. You may remember I told you in the US, 36% of adults have only basic or below basic health literacy. These are levels that are considered inadequate for understanding information routinely encountered in a healthcare setting. And beyond that 36%, even more people with intermediate health literacy may not understand more complex health information. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says traditionally low health literacy was viewed as a communication deficiency among patients. Yeah, there we go. Let's blame it on our consumers. It's got to be their fault. They're the dumb ones. Now we're beginning to view it as our failure to deliver usable information to our patients. A critical component of improving health literacy begins with making doctors and doctors' teams aware that words familiar to them aren't always understood by the patient. It's our own language, you guys. We've got to be very careful that we're speaking to our patients and not in chiropractic jargon, but in regular everyday words. And you say, well, we do that really well. We don't use any jargon. Are you sure? Because, words like vertebrae aren't used every day, or subluxation, or radiculopathy, or degeneration. There's scary words too, like examination and arthritis and chronic and those kinds of things. See, we actually use a lot of words that don't have everyday application to most of the people that we see. But we're so used to them that we flow right through them and not realize our patients don't understand what it is that we're saying to them. Let's look at this in the real world for a minute. Let's go to another company I know you all recognize, Nike. Have you ever seen Nike have full-blown television commercials about EVA midsoles and rubber compounds and biomechanical studies that they put in the ads and on TV? Hardly. They bring it down to real simple terms. Just do it. And then they build from there on a lifestyle, not on the technology, not on the fancy stuff that goes into the making of the shoes. How about this one? Southwest Airlines. Now, I know the whole bags fly free thing is unfortunately gone by the wayside, but they did this for many, many years. But see, they didn't come on a commercial and say ancillary baggage fees waived on first and second checked items. No, they said bags fly free, right? Clear, memorable, consumer first, getting rid of all the technical jargon. Let's do another one. Apple's always a good one to look at. What does Apple sell? Well, technically they sell processors and RAM and all the computer stuff that goes with it, but that's not what they say. For many, 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 many years, Apple's had a slogan that says, think different. Again, they connect it to lifestyle. They connect it to outcome, not a spec sheet, not the technicalities, not the fancy words. Here at Integrity, our scripts are written to eliminate those big fancy medical jargon words, They're written at a plain language, essentially 6th grade level. Our graphics explain concepts with visuals that your patients have already seen and already know in real-world experience. We use real-world analogies, too, that they've already had experience with. Following these scripts, using these graphics, keeps your messaging simple. And simple for you is powerful because simple sticks, right? Just do it. Bags fly free. Think differently, right? Patients can repeat simple. Patients can share simple. Patients can live simple. So let's put it together now in the flow chart that we've been making. Repetition and consistency of simple language, simple graphics, simple visuals, simple analogies creates awareness and familiarity and trust and loyalty and perceived value in your patients. And that develops a connection between you and them that opens them up to hearing your message even more, to revealing even more about what the chiropractic adjustment can do, which even further supports perceived value, which creates connection. And round we go. So let's simplify our own flowchart. Simplicity with your repetition and consistency creates value, which creates connection, which further feeds value. It's how the entire integrity system is built. And it's built on proven real-world companies doing the same thing in billion-dollar industries. So if it's good for them, you guys, it's good for us too. And there's the foundation of the integrity system. Thanks so much for letting me be part of your day today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and enjoy each other as a team. Until next time, see you later.
Great job, Dr. Sullivan. That was awesome. Always insightful, always unique. The foundation of the system, perfect. Obviously, the foundations are very, very important here, which leads me even to understand, letting you know some of the stuff that's coming up, because that reminds me now. So, we have the Integrity Elite Disney coming up here in mid-November. It's going to be great. If you're an elite doctor and you're not coming, you're really going to miss out. If you are, get prepared, man, because Keith is talking about the foundation of your practice. So taking foundations to even a whole new level. And so that's going to be a great thing. I'm going to be there talking about our new AI marketing program, how we're taking the Give Back movement to a whole new level. It's going to be incredible. You don't want to miss that. So Elite is going to be great. If you're wondering, well, what about me? I'm not elite and I want the marketing. You'll get it. But Elite's where we debut things. So that's going to be at the upcoming Walt Disney World Elite at the Four Seasons Hotel in November. Don't miss out on that one. It's just a couple weeks away here. It's going to be awesome. Before we do anything, before we come back to the next, let's go ahead and take a break. All right, ready? Let's take a break. Welcome back again, everybody. This day, it's flying by. It's absolutely flying by. So, we've got another great presenter here, but first, I do want to remind you, we've got our special today to get 30% off. 30% off. There's no coupon code. That's right. It's different. It's special. I'm going to put it up right now on the screen. You can now see a QR code, and that QR code goes to the Integrity Doctors, Google, Facebook, and I want you to give us a 5-star review. Just one per office. That's all we need. One per office. That's it. And I'm gonna send you that later. Okay, so you're gonna go in there. You're gonna give us a 5-star review, and then after that, you're going to go on the Integrity app and you're going to find the featured post that has the October 2025 update on it, the AI update. Comment on that video that you did it, what office you're with, and I will reach out to you privately and I will send you the coupon code that you need to make the offer, okay? It will last for a few days. It's not just today. It will last a couple days. So that way you have some time and you're not feeling like, oh, when do I get it? When do I get it? I need it right now. No, it's going to take time because I can't send it to you right now because I'm doing this. I'm doing this right here. I don't have time. I'm in the middle of this thing. So I'll have to do it afterwards, but that's what it's for. Scan the QR code. Get that. That'll be awesome. I will love you for it. I will be grateful. Thank you. So let's move on. Up next, you know her. You see her. She's one of the biggest trainers we have. She's all over the training center in her videos. Please welcome dream maker Pamela Johnson.
Good morning, Integrity family. I am so excited to be with you this morning for our fall live stream. You are in the right place at the right time, and we are going to have a lot of fun today talking about one of my favorite topics, chiropractic beyond pain, right? This is a really important message, so I'm so glad you're going to join us today here for the next 30 minutes or so and dig in on this topic. So first of all, I want to start with what is chiropractic. You've all seen these famous quotes. You all know what they say. But the idea, as you know, is that chiropractic is a natural healing. Chiropractic is different from medicine. And chiropractic is beyond just fixing something or masking something. It is to give care for the human frame, for diet, and the cause and prevention of disease, right? In addition, the definition by the World Chiropractic Federation and the ACA are very similar, as you can see here. But again, the biggest thing that we are going to hone in on today, and I really want to get the message across, is that chiropractic is not just about giving an adjustment to get rid of pain. Both of these definitions and the ones we just talked about are very clear. It is to impact the general health of the patient. Both of these definitions, very important. Chiropractic is not just to get away from or get someone out of pain, but it is for our general health. So, when we talk about chiropractic wellness, we know that we have barriers. We've talked about these all the time in coaching. Specifically, Dr. Doug laid out these 5 barriers in one of his previous conference classes. If you haven't seen it, you're going to want to go back and watch it. But what are these 5 barriers? Well, medicine 2.0. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. 16% utilization and stagnant. So we went from 8% to 16%, excuse me, and then we've stayed at 16% for years and years and years, and it's just not changing. We're not tipping that needle just yet. We have fewer opportunities to talk about chiropractic wellness. If your patients come in an average of twice a month for a wellness adjustment, you get 0.002% of the minutes they have in a month to talk chiropractic wellness. That's it. And the rest of the time, they're inundated with the medicine 2.0 message, right? And then we have distractions, whether it's TikTok trends, Facebook ads, scary videos, or things they can buy, like a neck contraption or whatever else. There's distractions that pull people away from the message that a chiropractic adjustment is what they need for wellness care. And then the last one is friendly versus friend, right? Are you talking weekends versus wellness with your patients? Are you importantly, it is important to be friendly, be a caring physician, but are you crossing the line to being a friend? So those are the initial barriers that we know that we have. Medicine 2.0. This is just our current medical platform, if you will. It's a medical mindset that every one of our patients come in with. And it ranges from things like take a pill and I'll be fine, to even things like I'm not going to show up early for my new patient appointment because medical doctors run late. So why am I going to come early? Like, it's this whole mindset around how the medical system works. And it's a barrier because we're different. We're very different, but they don't know that, right? So it's a barrier. But what Doug laid out, and again, you can go back and check all of these details, is that patients want medicine 3.0. Is this term from the book Outlive Your Longevity, or something like that. You can go look it up. But Peter Attila talks about medicine 3.0. And the idea is that this is like an industry that is exploding. People are podcasts, books, products. They want this wellness. But the very foundation of this longevity movement, the very foundation is that you have to be able to move well. It's mobility. And that's where we come in, right? So one of our barriers is medicine 2.0. Society really wants 3.0, and we can give it to them, but we've got to be talking about it, right? So most people are not connecting the dots between what chiropractic is and overall health. Again, they're stuck in this mindset that chiropractic's for pain. They see pain as urgent. Anything else is optional, if you will, right? They don't see that mobility as the foundation to all of this longevity movement, wanting to be able to be mobile, wanting to be able to run marathons or kayak or whatever it is that they're wanting to do. They're not putting together the fact that chiropractic is what they need for that. So it is really our jobs to shift that perception. And yeah, it is like turning a Titanic, right? Because it is a big ship that's been going in one direction for a long time, and we are working hard to shift that. We have to reframe this idea and help them understand that mobility, movement, right? Just the idea that we can move and stay mobile is a direct correlation to what they need for staying, for having their longevity. It's lifespan versus health span, right? Are you going to live to 90 to 100, but you can't move and you're on 1,000 prescriptions? Or are you going to live to 90 or 100 and be mobile and active and having a healthy life? That's what we're here for. So the other one that is really important in our 5 barriers to wellness, and where we're going to spend the majority of our time today, is talking about this idea that we have fewer opportunities to tell them about chiropractic wellness. Because we do. We are very limited in how much time we get to share what chiropractic wellness is and how we can impact all those other pieces of health, right? Not just low back pain, not just headaches, not just mid back pain. We have to remove these barriers, and the only way to do it is to make sure we're very specific and structured in what we do in the office. Okay, so we're going to maximize our time. In the office, we're not going to talk about weekends. We're going to talk about wellness. Just keep that little tagline in mind. Talk wellness, not weekends, right? And how do we do this? How do we stay structured and on point, focused on breaking down that barrier of not having the opportunity to talk about chiropractic wellness care? Well, the first thing we're going to do, doctors, is we're going to make sure we're communicating the value. Team, communicating the value. And the number one thing that has to happen with that is you have to have a system. You have to have a system that is built around communicating the value of chiropractic wellness care. If you find that you are only talking about pain care, then that's all your patients are going to know, think about, and refer about as well. You have to watch your words. You have to watch what we're saying and doing to make sure that we're communicating wellness care. Well, how can we do that? First thing is you've got the foundation. If you are doing the integrity system right there, this is your chiropractic wellness foundation. Everything is geared towards leading the patient to wellness care, right? So you've got your first day video, your report of findings, all your wellness reports, living well for life, everything is guiding those patients to the wellness message. So you've got that. So you're doing the first start, the foundation. But in particular, and where we're really needing to make sure that we are sticking to this, and everybody, we can take our hats off, our halos off rather, and we can admit that we're not always the best at this. Doctors, for you, it's the 6-point office visit, right? This 6-point office visit is the key to making sure that you're grasping the time to tell them about your chiropractic wellness message. When you're doing this visit after visit after visit, the patient is only maybe hearing this, 18 to 24 times through their acute care. And if they're coming even a maximum of 3 times a week, they're going to hear this message 3 times, 15 minutes. Again, then they leave and they're inundated over and over and over with the medical mindset, right? So by the time they come back in, day or 2 later, this is not even on their mind anymore. Yes, you say it 50 times a day, but the patient does not hear it 50 times a day. It's really important. More so, it is very important that with your 6-point office visit, you are relating it to the patient. When you are talking to them about heal, prevent, future performance, where are they at in their stage of care? Acknowledge it. What is something that you're working to prevent for them or just is going on in community at that time? I'll talk about that in a second. And future performance. What is important for that patient to stay mobile for? Relate this to them so they understand the message, right? So, hey, Miss Pamela, I'm really glad you're here today. I'm glad you had this date with my adjusting the table because I can tell that, you needed this adjustment today. Now remember, there's 3 things we're doing with this adjustment. Every time we're removing that nerve interference to get rid of the pain. Now we've done that. We've gotten you past the pain stage and we're glad and we're not going to go back there. But second, we're removing that nerve interference to prevent future sickness and pain in the first place. In fact, right now I'm adjusting, put in your vertebrae, C3, and this is opening up the nerve pathways so that, put in whatever, XYZ can happen. Your body can tell, sinuses, allergies, whatever you're opening up. If it's L something and you're helping the gut, you tell them what you are working to prevent. And saying things like, and we find our patients have less allergy symptoms to begin with in the first place. And third, we're removing that nerve interference for your future performance so you have better mobility for the rest of your life. Because I know how important it is for you to be able to get out into the garden, play with your grandkids, kayak, ride a motorcycle, whatever it is. But doctor, this is our key right here, this 6-point office visit. Keyed in on that patient, where they're at in care and what's important to them. This is the key to making sure that we're removing the barrier of time, of not having enough time to educate them on chiropractic wellness. Okay? Now, next one says staff, but this is staff and doctors as well. This is a concept of making sure we have a structure of education and being able to wrap our proxy conversations as well around a topic, if you will. So whether you call it a condition of the month, a topic of the month, maybe you do a vertebrae of the month or a vertebrae of the week, whatever you call it and however you do it. But the idea is that we're educating as a team on a set topic for a month, or maybe you do it for a week or whatever, but a month is good. Okay? So these things are a topic we're talking about. The doctor can roll it into their 6-point office visit. We'll talk through some of these. Let's look at this one in particular, team. Did you know patients who use chiropractors as a primary care physician demonstrate 85% less pharmaceutical costs? Okay, so you put this up in the office, or you put this up on social media, not or, and. It's in the office, it's in the treatment rooms, it's on your social media. Your doctor talks to you in a staff meeting about this and how does this work and why, or you go look up the article if you want. But the point is, then you have it on the board. So when patients are coming in, you say, hey, Sally, did you see our board this month? Did you see that patients who use chiropractors as a primary physician have 85% less pharmaceutical costs? And you talk about it and you ask them, who do you know needs to seek chiropractic care too? These are topics for proxy, but they're also topics for educating on chiropractic beyond pain. Okay? Or here's another one. Chiropractic first, because mobility matters, right? Did you know that choosing chiropractic care first over opioids can significantly lower your chance of ER visits, hospitalizations, surgeries, and other medical visits? And you put something like this up, again, at the front, in the treatment rooms, on social media. And when your patients are coming in, you're saying, hey, did you see our board? Did you know? And you're having this conversation over and over, month by month, on what chiropractic wellness is. That chiropractic is beyond pain, right? Or how about this? One of my favorites. If you've coached with me for any amount of time, you know how passionate I am about chiropractic, but specifically pediatric chiropractic and the connection with youth sports. So this one, you have it up on the board, you've got it on social media, you're talking about it. Did you know? Annually, high school sports injuries cost there's 2 million high school sports injuries with a cost between $5.4 to $19 billion. Ask us how chiropractic can change this. And you can have these conversations. Again, patients are coming in. You know if their kids play sports or not. And you can have these conversations. You can proxy for new patients. But again, the essence is that we are talking about chiropractic beyond the low back pain, headaches, and neck pain that everybody seems to think that chiropractic is for. We can start to get patients coming in like, did you know that we can help prevent these injuries? Because a lot of these injuries are knees, hips, and ankles. Well, how are those susceptible to injury? Because the child's frame is not balanced. They're not well adjusted. Therefore, improper wear and tear on one side or the other is going to lead to more injuries, right? So these kind of conversations over and over, month after month, we're talking about different topics, whatever it might be. Let's look at another one. Okay. Did you know women that fill one opioid prescription a year after childbirth had a 40% increased risk of serious opioid-related events? Now, that's a lot, and that's kind of heavy. Just so if you look at this is opioid overdose, death, addiction, but also looking at 75% of women who 75% of women fill an opioid prescription after having a C-section. And then you just ask us how chiropractic can help. And you start having these conversations. And I promise you, you're going to actually start to hear people say, you can see pregnant women, chiropractic, what? Women can be adjusted while they're pregnant? Like, people don't know. We start to make assumptions. We start to think because, again, we've talked about this a lot, that repetition or that diminishing effect is like, we just forget that people do not understand that chiropractic is beyond pain. And that, yes, it's safe and effective for pregnant women to get adjusted. Yes. And, you know, we can't eliminate every C-section. Absolutely not. That's not going to happen. But can we change some? Yeah, we can. You have that impact of lowering the rate at which a woman has to go fill a prescription after having a C-section. You get to have an impact on that because you are keeping pregnant women well adjusted so that they can have easier births. Or maybe because we have been able to have a successful flipping of a breech baby. These are the things that people don't know. And if we're not talking about them in our offices, nobody is going to know. Nobody's out there talking about it. You don't have a TV show who's talking about these things. You don't have social media even talking about this. You have to be the ones in your office that are making sure to spread the message of chiropractic wellness care. Okay? How about this? Did you know chiropractic adjustments are safe, easy, and effective for addressing ear infections? Again, I will promise you, the majority of parents have no idea that you can adjust their children, let alone that will help things like ear infections, bedwetting, constipation, any of these things that we could just continue talking about. So we have to start having a structured system to ensure that you guys are going to be able to have a means of communicating what is chiropractic wellness care. When I say chiropractic beyond pain, what does that mean? Well, this is where you guys start to have these conversations on an ongoing, regular basis. And what a perfect time of year, as we're coming into the last quarter of the year here, to start doing your strategic planning for 2026 and start to put together your conditions or topics or whatever it is you want to talk about for the 12 months of 2026 so that you're spreading your chiropractic wellness message, right? So, communicating the value. How are we going to remove this barrier? First of all, you have to use 100% of the system because it is built around communicating chiropractic wellness care. From the new patient video to the digital report of findings and the progress reports and the wellness report of findings now, the Living Well for Life video, and in addition, those amazing new pediatric videos so we can educate these kiddos even more at their stage, kind of their level of where they're at. It's amazing. And doctors, you've got to utilize that 6-point office visit to bring that message consistently beyond pain. We cannot skip it. We have to take the action step. Assign it to somebody as a team, whatever you're going to do, but don't leave today and not take these action steps. Choose your topic or your condition, your did you know, your vertebrae of the month, whatever you want to do. But pick it, sit down, strategize for it, lay it out for the next year. And then, doctors, I really want to challenge you because, again, as we assume that the public knows more than they know, we also assume our team knows more than they know. So whenever you do a topic, whether you're going to talk about allergies, you're going to talk about posture, whatever you're going to talk about, at the beginning of the month, you're going to have in your staff meeting a conversation on what your adjustment does for that topic, right? So if you're talking about allergies, you're going to talk to your team about, hey, this is how my adjustment to these vertebrae open up and impact these things, and this is where we see the relief in symptoms or whatever. You have to help educate your staff as well, okay? Don't assume that they understand. And then front desk, back rehab area, doctors. We guide our proxy conversations around these. And I'm going to challenge you to just have 2 conversations a day. If everyone in your office had 2 proxy conversations a day, your referrals would skyrocket, right? So 2 proxy conversations a day guided around your topic of the month. It's so easy, okay? And then yes, don't forget that you guys can put these out on social media, put the posters or signs up in the office or a board in the front, Google post as well. We oftentimes forget that we can post on Google, not just on Meta or whatever. But make sure that you're sharing information. And if this is, if there's a topic that relates to some other group or profession in your community, make sure to send it out to them as well. For example, if I'm talking about ear infections or I'm talking about seasonal allergies in kids, I'm going to send an email with this information to my school nurses. They need to have this information as well. Or if I'm talking maybe about TMJ later, that's not really wellness related, but just the same kind of concept, right? I'm going to make sure I send all that information out to my dentist in my area as well. Okay, so make sure you're spreading this message of chiropractic wellness care, because chiropractic is so much more than pain care, and it goes beyond what insurance will cover, right? That's a whole nother topic, but very important to understand that just because insurance isn't going to cover that wellness adjustment, and we're not going to bill insurance for it because they won't cover it, it is valuable. It is important. And it is not optional. I want to say that again. Chiropractic wellness care in our world is not optional. This is important. It is the foundation of what everybody's healthy lifestyle should include. And I'm challenging each and every one of you to really believe that. And really understand that without the adjustment, we are setting our communities, our families on a path to unhealthy living. And it's time for us to change. It's time for us as a profession to step up and be willing to communicate and educate the value, the immense value of chiropractic wellness adjustments. I am so excited for what I know you guys are all going to be doing for this next year. You're going to take this message and you're going to spread it in your communities. And we're going to continue to see your wellness numbers skyrocket. It is so fun from my viewpoint as an integrity coach to watch wellness visit numbers growing month by month as it is in our clinics. It's so exciting. But I know 2026 is going to be the best yet. I thank you for your guys' time today. I welcome any questions you have. You can always reach me at PamelaJ@integritydoctors.com. You have a great rest of the conference.
All right, Pamela, that was awesome. Thank you so much, man. I gotta stop for a second and just say how grateful we are for our coaches. How grateful we are. We have an incredible coaching team. We just do. We have the best people, and it's just an honor to be able to work alongside them. And man, to have coaches that are that on fire for chiropractic. I mean, that's a lot of great stuff in there. A lot of needs. I learned a few things in there that I didn't know, some kind of new studies I didn't know about. That's awesome. Incredible. So I think it's a really neat thing when you get to learn about chiropractic at a chiropractic event. So we don't do that every time. What a great hour. Thank you for doing that, Pamela. Before we go to the break, again, I'm going to put the QR code up on the screen because you're running out of time. You got to send me a 5-star review, okay? You got to send it to me in order to get 30% off. The biggest number we've ever given off on a report before. You can get it if you just scan this QR code wherever I put it on the screen. It gets caught up in this. It's mirrored. It's weird. But hey, this is it. Let's do it. We've got one more class. I'm going to come back and I'm going to teach use some free marketing tips that you don't cost you a dime, that's going to make you money, get you more new patients. It's going to help instantly. It's stuff that you don't realize you don't know. It may seem real simple, but I'm telling you, you're going to love it. So let's take one more break, and then we'll be back. All right, everybody, welcome back from the break. This is it. We have had an awesome day, and we've got one more class. That's right, one last one. Here's the good news. I promise you, this one will not be as long as the last one. This is something I've been wanting to talk to you. I've been preparing for you for this because I want to talk marketing. I want to give an easy marketing tip that everybody can use. Every single office under AI Clinic Assist can do this, and I want to give it to you. This is going to be so helpful. And here's the reality of what this is, okay? Today I want to talk about what I feel like is the most underappreciated marketing step that there is. And it is in digital marketing, and it's something that we just neglect. We neglect it because we don't think it's that big a deal, and yet there are so many little details to it that are so incredibly important. And I want to make sure that you know them because you can't mess this up. Now, when we talk digital marketing, and bear in mind, before I go into this, I do want to point out again, I'm going to be teaching a whole bunch of marketing at the Disney Elite. So all of our new marketing stuff is going to be there. And I'm very excited to do that. That's going to be great. Then once that's done, we'll release more to everybody so we can all be in on the fun new awesomeness that we've got going with our new stuff for the Give Back movement and that sort of deal. But here's the reality of where we're at. So if I'm talking digital marketing, every time you hear anything about digital marketing, 9 times out of 10, it's related to Facebook. And Facebook is just, and there's a reason. Naturally, anyone who's ever marketed before online knows that it's where everybody starts. It's the starting point, and it's sometimes even the ending point. It's the easy entry. It's not as hard to set it up. It's not as hard to do it. Even in our program, it's what I would recommend. It's where everyone should start. And the main reason is that the cost of entry is cheap, whereas compared to Google AdWords, the cost of entry into Google AdWords is crazy expensive. So unless you're willing to really throw down the money, Google AdWords is a lot higher price point than a Facebook ad is. Now, that being said, here's the irony. This is, to me, is the grandest irony in all of this, is that it's always pushed that how vital Facebook marketing is. And yet, here's the wild thing. If I were to, let's say today that you were to lose a tooth, like your front tooth got knocked out. Maybe a staff member accidentally elbowed you at lunch today, and a tooth is gone. And obviously the fear of every photo, the fear of what does this mean for my face, the fear like, did it hurt my mouth? How do I get this tooth back in? Like there's loads of questions that would go through your mind if that happened. And the reality is this, you don't really know who to call. Do you call your dentist? Do you call some kind of specialist? What do we do? And so naturally, here's what's going to happen. Your tooth is knocked out. You're going to pull out your phone and you're going to look up Facebook? No, you're not. You're not going to look up Facebook. That's not how anybody does it. You're going to look up Google. You're going to go to Google and you're going to look up who you need to fix it. And then more than likely, you're going to search to find somebody near you to get an appointment to fix it. That's how all things work. That's how we do for everything. If I need something, I don't go to Facebook, even though we treat it like, well, that's where we go to get people. It's not. It really isn't. The reality is that everybody on earth, 99% of us who have the internet, use Google in order to find stuff. Sure, you can find a few strays at DuckDuckGo and different things, but Google's where it's at, and we all know that. So here's the irony to this. I'm not going to talk about Google AdWords today because, like I said, the cost of entry isn't fitting for us, and I'm not here to give you a tip that makes you spend money. I want to give you a tip that costs nothing. So this is a nothing burger. But what it is it's something that's so vital that you don't realize, and it's your Google business profile. Yep. I know. Oh, what? You mean the little directory listing we have? Oh, yeah. That is swimming with stuff and swimming with good things, and you don't even realize it. Now, here's the best part of this. When I walk you through this, what I'm going to do in a moment is I'm going to pull up one of our office's actual Google business profiles. And that way you can see, I'll show you kind of the different items of it. And the reality is you're watching, you're going to say, well, there's not much to this. And that may feel like it. But on the other end, there are things in here that truly, truly matter that many people are neglecting. And if you work on them and improve them, it can change the way your listing pops up on the map dramatically. It can make you go from barely being seen to front and center. But you just have to know the basics behind how the business profile works and how to get the most out of it. So this is beneficial for every business, any business. You just have to know what we're talking about here. So let me pull one up for you here. Let me put it on the screen. I'm going to go in here. Let me pull up this. Let's see. There we are. You see me? You see Google? There we are. See, look how simple this was. So what I've done is I've pulled up one of our doctor's sites. This is Dr. Jason Taylor's, one of our coaches. And I searched for him so I could pull up his deal just to make it easy. And so you've got pictures here. You've got the website directions, reviews. Those are things that are great. The address, which is right here. The phone number, the hours. And then you've got your description down here that I've highlighted just to make it easy. So you have your description. Now, you look at these things, you think, oh, okay, these are nice. That's fine. We already have all these things. Yeah, but do you understand them? And the reason why it's good to understand them is there's things that these can impact how well you show up and how high you show up. And it's not just dependent on Google AdWords or anything that you've paid for. There are steps that you need to make sure you're taking. So let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and start with the steps. So in here, as I've refreshed here, you've got the hours. That's the one I want to start with. So as it pulls up the hours here, this is what it lists when you do it. I clicked on it so that you could see, initially it just shows hours and you have to click this little down arrow to show the full hours. And here's the thing that Google does. And this, right, wrong, or indifferent, this is the reality. So for this office, they have 8:30 to 12, 1:30 to 6. Now, this is great. You want to have your accurate hours. That's rule number one. Accurate hours are always rewarded. If your hours ever change, they need to be updated in here. If you are closed for a holiday, Google really likes it if you keep it updated. So these are things to do. Now, I'm going to show you in a minute how you can do all of this inside AI Clinic Assist. So you're not having to find 100 different places to go. I'm going to show you. It's going to be super, super easy. But here's one tip you don't know. And most offices don't realize this, but this is why this is a perfect example. So they are closed 8:30. They're open 8:30 to 12, closed between 12 and 1:30. The way Google works, the way Google's smart system works, the way their SEO and all the stuff is plugged in, if I were to have my tooth knocked out over lunch and I searched for a dentist at 12:30 and they had these hours, they wouldn't show up. So in the same case, if I threw my back out and it's 12:40 and I search for a chiropractor in my town, Beacon of Light, isn't going to show up. And the reason they're not going to show up is they're closed. Now, this is a simple, vital one here. I don't care if you're closed for lunch. If you are closed for lunch, good, be closed for lunch. Be closed for lunch on the phone. Be closed for lunch in writing on your website. Do not be closed for lunch on Google. Now, Google's smart enough to recognize times of day. So obviously at night, it'll pull up everybody because everybody's closed. There's no doctor open at 24 hours a day. But if you are closed between 12 and 1:30 or 12 to 2 or 1 to 3 or what the many different ones I've seen out there, if someone searched for you during that time, you are not going to show up for their search. What's going to happen is you're going to get skipped because you're not seen as relevant. You're not seen as a good option because you're not open. Even though it's only for an hour and a half or 2 hours. That's the way Google's system presents it. So you want to make sure there's never a break in here in two different numbers. You want to make sure you have 8:30 to 5, 8:30 to 6, that sort of deal. That's the way you want to list it. Now, phone number, you want to make sure you have it listed. Your address, have listed. You want to make sure you get good reviews. If you haven't noticed, I've been asking for reviews all day. That's a big topic of this, and I want to show you at the end how to make sure you get your reviews, how to get your own QR code so you can do your own reviews. But then there's another big point here, and that's this. This is your description. Now, most people, what they do is they just put a blanket paragraph in here. And that's basically what they did. I looked it up. This is a paragraph, a couple paragraphs from their website. It's from their website's About Us page. Now, here's the crazy part, is that Google actually scans this and pays a lot of attention to this. What they want you to do, if you're willing, is if you can tailor this to local SEO, just like a website, and this will increase the odds of how well you show up. So you shouldn't see this as just a paragraph or just a summary of who we are. The words and the way this is written is vital into how you show up on the map in a search. This needs to be done great. It needs to be a great description. And so what we're going to do now is I'm going to go into AI Clinic Assist and I'm going to show you how to tweak each and every one of these things perfectly so that you can have the best possible performance in your area. Got it? Sound good? So we're going to start by going into AI Clinic Assist. I'm in Dr. Jason's AI Clinic Assist currently. And I'm in their reputation section. That's where this is. On the bottom left, it's under reputation. And under reputation, if you'll notice in the secondary menu across the top here, you'll see a button called GBP Optimization. That stands for Google Business Profile Optimization. Now, as long as you've integrated AI Clinic Assist with your office's Google account, this will now work. So what we've got in here is the name, obviously, is the right thing. Your description is the right thing. And this is the description we talked about that needs to be rewritten. We need to do that. There's images. Now, in each one of these, there's a pencil off to the right-hand side, and that's where you can make changes. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click this. Here you can see I can edit what is in here. Now, I don't want to just make it up. I want to make this perfect. Since SEO has mattered here, and the keywords matter, I want to make this as right. So I've done one other really fun thing for you. So over here in the left-hand side menu, what I've got is the AI tools. Okay? So under AI tools, I've got it in another window here. This is our AI tools. You're going to notice this. We have a brand new tool called the Google Business Profile Enhancer. Now, what this is going to do is this is an AI bot that's been trained to write descriptions for Google Business Profile that are all trained to be tailored in local SEO. So this does all the work for you. You're just going to click on it. And so what I'm going to do now is it says here, copy and paste your existing profile. So I'm going to go back to Dr. Taylor's profile here, and I'm going to copy and paste. There, I have it highlighted. I'm going to right click and copy it. And then I'm going to paste it into this form. There we go. There it's pasted. Now, business location. Now I'm going to write there's Middlesboro, Kentucky. Now, if your area has other things you're known for in other neighborhoods and you want to list that out, feel free to list out other key things in your neighborhood and area. Key services, I'm going to put spinal adjustments for this one and therapies. That's an easy thing to say. If you have different services, whether it be shockwave, whether it be vitamin supplements, if you want to add them and you want to be known for them, acupuncture, K-tape, you name it. All the different protocols, put it in here. It's always good. They're good keywords to pull up if you think it'd be helpful. Then your primary audiences. You can write anything from everyone to, I'm just going to write families. And then below, you get to pick the tone that you want it written in. So professional and informative, friendly and approachable, authoritative and expert, warm and community focused. I'm going to choose professional and informative. I'm going to hit submit. And now you're going to see it's going to generate it for me. So this is the AI working to do it. And here it goes. It's written us a full paragraph. Look at this. So all I got to do is highlight this, copy it, and then I'm going to go over into AI Clinic Assist. I'm going to delete this out, and I'm going to paste. Look at that. Now this one, it came out a little long, so let me see here what I can do. I'm going to go into, because I think it takes 750 characters is what it is. Yeah, so 750, and it reached a couple there. I'm just going to delete this last sentence off. That'll get us in the 700 mark. Perfect. There we go. 683. So that's done. Then I'm going to hit save. And look, that's done. Super simple, super easy. That's now updated. Now it can take up to 24 to 48 hours for it to be updated. So just be mindful. It's not always instant. Sometimes it's instant, but it can take time. The phone number. Make sure your phone number is correct in Google Business Profile. The next one, your chat options. There's no sense to not have this. What you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to open up your phone number. So I'm going to do this in, let's see, I'm going to open this link in a new tab. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in his settings, and we want to take your marketing number that does your live chat that your AI bot handles, and we want to use that in here. So I'm going to go to my phone numbers. There we go. There's their phone number. I'm going to copy this one because it's a little cleaner. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to go back to that window. I'm going to go to the chat. I'm going to do in text message right here. I'm going to paste that in. There. Oh, look, if I click in it, it's right there. I didn't have to do anything. That makes it easy. So I'm just going to click there, and then I'm going to hit save. All right, look. Now that's in there. Real easy. Category. Chiropractor. That's a great one. But, you could look for others if you want here. You could do add another category. I could search for wellness. Look, there's wellness center. Add another category. Healthcare. Let's see what's under healthcare. Nothing's, that's not a one. Let's see, doctor. Let's see if doctor. There you go. And now I'm going to hit save. These are two more categories that you could be brought up under. So you want to make sure there's more than one. So look, I put doctor in there, wellness center. You can add more after that. Services. Now this is one I'm not going to do on here as an example, but what this means is click add services. This is where you could add your services and the cost. So when you add a custom service, you'd enter the service name. So you could do adjustments, and you could put the price here, or whatever it is, obviously. So you can put your price, and you can click add service. Then that will list those services on your website. You don't have to do that one, okay? You don't have to do that one. One of the simple things, it's always good to have it filled out because Google wants everything filled out, but you could choose just something like a one small cost. You could put a cost of a first day fee. You put your first day fee in there and call it first day fee. And that's an easy way to have it filled out and make sure it shows. Attributes. Under this attributes section, if I click add more here, it says appointment required. I can see the appointment required. I can turn that off. Now here's the thing. This is giving you yes and no. Do not go through this and click yes or no. Okay? Only click yes or no if you want the item to show up on your Google profile. So if this like identifies as Asian owned, if you don't want that to even show up, don't click either one. If you accidentally click it, you can always click it again to turn it off. Okay? But you want it left blank if you don't want it to show at all. If you want to be very specific of what you have and you don't have, this is where. So if you have a wheelchair accessible entrance, accessible restrooms, accessible seating, click yes, no, just to make sure. Those are all really good things. I'm not going to do that for this office because I don't really know, if I'm being honest with you. So this is all here. There's cash only, checks, credit cards. You can mark all of these things. Your parking. These are great things, though. These are really good things. They really score really well and help your ranking. if these things are entered in here. So don't just leave this section blank. Make sure that you go in here and you set it up correctly and you have something filled out. So that one, I'll let that office finish up there. The address is there. Your opening date, definitely fill this out. Even if you're open just yesterday, still come in here, click the pencil icon and choose your month, day, and year. Make sure your opening date is set. Your open hours, like I said before, we're going to click on the pencil and we're going to come over here and we're going to change it. Now, do not do 24 hours because you are not 24 hours. But make sure you have this set. And again, I would do 8:30 to 6. I would leave out the middle. It's definitely worse for your profile to do it. Now, there is more to this. There's one other really important thing, and that's your images. See the images right here? Under images, if I click the pencil icon next to it, it's going to bring up these 3 deals. So these are the 3 that this office has. They have their profile photo, which they have as their logo. They have a cover photo, which is of their awesome. That's a great picture of their team, of Dr. Jason, Dr. Kim, so that's awesome. And then they have a picture of their outside. Now, you definitely want these 2. You definitely want to make sure you choose a photo of your profile and of your cover photo. If I click change on it, you will see it even tells you the max dimensions so that you don't upload too big a one. It will, even if it needs to, it will tell you a size that it can't go out of. So that's helpful too. But the other thing that's really helpful is that if you want your Google to show up better and more often, you need at least to start with at least 6 to 10 photos. Okay? One photo isn't going to do it. Once you have those 6 to 10 photos, you need to add at least 1 photo every month. Okay? 1 photo every month. Now, when I say that, I do want to preface it with this. All photos are not created equally. You cannot post those basic, when you subscribe to a service that gives you a bunch of social images to use on Facebook that are just generic, tips about chiropractic. Google will penalize you for those. Okay? They will penalize you for those. Those are considered currently, this was a recent change, those are considered low quality content. That's what Google labels that is. That is low quality content. The reason? Because it is. It's not personal. It's not actually you. It's just generic garbage that's filling up everywhere. If you realize how much genericness is just out there, it's everywhere. They want real photos of your office. So it's like I've taught in a previous session. It's real easy to take photos of your office. Real easy to do it. Just go take a photo. Don't worry about your wearing and post it at least every month. Add a new photo. Google loves it, and it just shows the more you interact with your business profile, you can do it. And the great news is you can do it right from here. All you got to do is click add photos, drop your photo in, and it uploads to your Google profile. You don't have to go anywhere else. It's all built in and all done here. So this is great. You're going to want to use this. Now, there's also these other 3 tabs, and you'll notice as you fill this out, our Google Score Optimizer, it will rate you. Mine is at 16 out of 16. You want to go for 16 out of 16 as well. If you have any social profiles, you're going to want to copy and paste them into here. If you have a Facebook, copy and paste the link to it in here. If you have a LinkedIn, copy and paste it into here. Any one of these, make sure you fill this out. These do go to Google, and you want to make sure that they know that you have these things. Reviews. These are all the reviews. This is all the reviews this office has. And we've even got these wonderful responses. Now, when it comes to reviews, like I said, we've been asking for it all day. Now, reviews are vital. You need to constantly be working to get new reviews. And so we've provided that for you in this reputation section. So now that we've completed all those steps, we're going to go up here into settings. And inside settings, we want to make sure that you have this set up. Now, one thing we have done for you, and we've done this for every office on AI Clinic Assist, this was just recently added, we are now providing you with 2 totally different AI agents for reviews. It used to be we just had one bot that we'd set up to respond to the reviews. Now we have 2. And the reason we have 2 is, as you can see on here, we've set one up to respond for 4 stars and above, and we've set up another one for 3 stars and below. That way, if they write something negative, this responds accordingly. It doesn't just respond with, hey, thanks for your review. It'll sound, as we've programmed it, professional and empathetic. And this is professional and friendly. Now, these are not things that you won't be able to see this. This is only something we see. This is our back end and what we've added. But these are automatic. These will automatically send and fire off 2 hours after. And here's even the extra best part. These are 100% HIPAA compliant. Okay? So this is 100% HIPAA compliant. You don't have to worry about HIPAA compliance. It's built into the program that you get HIPAA compliant responses. The AI knows that you're a doctor's office. They know that you're under HIPAA. And so the responses you don't have to worry about. So that's a great thing. The other thing you're going to want to do is come over here to the left-hand side to Reviews QR. See this? You can go to Reviews QR, and we're going to want to make a Review QR. Now, I do want to do one thing first. Let me go back up to Reviews AI, where we were. There's that. Let me go to Review Link. That's the one, Reviews Link. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that this drop down is connected to your Google page, and you want to make sure we set this to Google. Now, what review balancing is this will create a link where it will just randomly send people to either Google or Facebook. And let me just make sure you understand the difference between the two. Both can be helpful, but Google reviews are 10 times more helpful than Facebook reviews. The only true benefit of a Facebook review is that any person who writes a Facebook review, that review is automatically posted and sent to all of their friends and family once. So when it's posted, that's spread out, and it's a nice little spread out. But then after that, it really doesn't, there's really no benefit. Whereas the more reviews you have, the better your Google ranking, the better you show, the more dependable you look. It's a much better thing. So you want them, I'm always of the opinion, stick with Google reviews. If people write one on Facebook, great, that's wonderful, we love it. But Google reviews is where it's at. So come on here, you're going to make sure that this is checked and make sure that your page is selected. And then once you've got that, if you need to, then you hit save, and that saves that, and you're done. Now, like I said before, we're going to go up here to Reviews QR, and they already have one. So this office already has one here. And all you're going to do if you need one, you're just going to click Create QR Code or create the new button when it pops it up. And this is going to create it. So it's going to say drop a review. Now, if you're just doing Google, you could take this and you could just delete this off, okay? I can hit that trash can and that deletes it off. And this Google logo I could make bigger. And look, we've already got it programmed to work. It already pulled their logo in, it pulled their information. And you can personalize this, blow it up, make it whatever. But what you want to do here, what's so great about this, and all these different things, if you don't want these things, you can delete them off. See? Just that simple. So what I would do if it were me is I'm going to do it. I'm going to make this bigger. I'll center it. I'm going to make this even just a tad bigger as well. And what we do is we want to print this. I want to, when you hit save it, you're going to hit save, and then once you've saved it, now I'm going to get out of this because obviously the doctor already has one. I don't want to mess with the one they have. Under actions, you can go to download. So when you download this, print it. Put it in every room. Put it in a little frame and put it in every treatment room. Put it in the reception room. Put it everywhere. All they got to do is scan it and they can instantly review your office. You can even take the QR code that they have and you can send it out anywhere. You can also take the link that's in that email and you can send it. Now, if you go here to the review link that we were here before, you can see below your listing, it provides the review link right here. So you can copy and paste this and put this in any email or text to a patient, and you can ask for reviews. So this is a vital one. You got to keep asking for them. You got to keep going for them. But I want them in Google. That's where you're going to get it. So all of this is built in with the AI Clinic Assist. All of it provided for you. You don't have to do any extra work. This is all here. So use these tools. I'm telling you, these are really important things. and they can be seen as very small and meaningless. But the reality is I think we all know every little thing helps. And if it can be just a little bit help to get you seen a little faster, a little quicker, a little more prominently than everybody else, that's a good thing. We need that. So that's my training on AI Clinic Assist today. This has been awesome. What a fun day, man. What a great day. I am just so grateful for the time that I've got to spend with you today. It's always an absolute pleasure. And I want to remind you again, we've got the Disney Elite with the new marketing coming up. And then next year, we've got our team retreats, man. Go into AI Clinic Assist and register now for the team retreats. It's going to be awesome. Okay? Everything that you need. In fact, I should even tell you, if you haven't noticed it, everything that you need from our system is now inside AI Clinic Assist. So if you have AI Clinic Assist, you don't even technically need the training app anymore. It's all built into AI Clinic Assist. All of it's in there. The training's in there. The live events are in there. Everything. So it's all there. Go use it. Before I let you go, I do want to pray us out, okay? I want to pray for you because just to show how grateful I am for you today. So thanks for being here. Let's do this. God, I want to thank you. I want to thank you today for this day that we've had, for our speakers, for the time that they spent. I am so grateful for the people that you have brought to our company. So grateful for the team that you have helped us put together. And God, I thank you for bringing us the clients that are here today, that not only came and watched us, but became Integrity Doctors. We are so thankful for them. We are so thankful for all that they do for not just us as being our members, but for what they do for the country in healing their community. So God, I pray a blessing over them this week, that they could take all the information from today and use it to your glory, use it to have huge impact, massive impact beyond anything they've seen in a long time, God. I pray that you would be with them, that you would guide their hands, guide their hearts, guide their spirits, and help them to have the best end of year that they've had in chiropractic yet. We are so grateful. And God, we are so thankful for everything that you do for us day in and day out. It's in your awesome name that I pray. Amen. God bless you guys. We love you. Thank you for watching. We'll see you very soon.